Welcome everyone to another episode of Ghost Reveries, a Chronicles of An Domhan story powered by Zweihander, Grim and Perilous RPG. So, holy shit, it's a pretty good day today. We're doing this. We're making our own explosions rather than going out for other explosions on Explosions Day.
And now we make enough noise on our own that we don't listen to the children screaming outside.
That's true.
That's a perk.
That's always good stuff.
Definitely a plus.
Once we're gaming, yeah, I don't hear it as much.
It's a benefit. So before we get started doing our show, we always like to do some announcements as we get started. All right. That's it. Let's buckle up. Let's get into this for our next episode of Ghost Reveries, a Zweihander Grim and Perilous RPG. Tonight's episode 4, entitled The Art of Dying. And that is where we left off. We literally stopped just as we were about to roll initiative. So we get to start this off by rolling initiative immediately.
Okay.
This is fine.
So initiative is a D10 plus your initiative bonus. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure.
Okay. That's actually not the word.
I'm gonna make sure I open
Still
up
pretty bad.
the appropriate notes file so I can keep track of our. Also make sure I have my the stats for the faith. I've named them the Faithful in Repose. Is their official name?
Oh, that's so flowery and nice when they try to murder us.
That's so nice. Question. Am I still seeing red? Okay.
It's been about 2 hours. You're still. Yeah, that was the other thing.
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah!
Somebody may have accidentally invoked some kind of issue with magic and had a manifestation of the chaotic bend and is now marked as a witch with bright red blood eyes. The whole eye is a cloudy red marbled
I didn't have
mess.
sclera or I would have worn them.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's under a hood. No one
Yep.
will see.
Chaos.
See.
The cardinal hasn't seen it
Yeah.
yet.
Maybe we'll weaponize you. It's fine.
No.
All right. So
We don't
that's,
already.
That's for the faithful. Actually, I'll do 2 rolls for 2 groups of faith. They got the same thing. What do you know?
How
let's see
organized.
here.
Yeah.
13.
In unison.
Just redo this.
My God. Dawn Seeker. Jesus.
And redo this. And then the cardinal himself. Ooh. Doesn't do too bad.
Yeah, good. That's great.
Okay. No. I don't know. Are we allowed to do strategy talks now? I feel like I
Sure,
should
you
whisper
can do
it, but
strategy.
I don't know.
You can do. We haven't.
I know
We
we
haven't
haven't started.
started.
I know, but I like.
No.
I
Once
want
we're
to.
in combat.
Yeah.
Do it now.
Once we're in
What's your
combat.
thoughts?
Okay. So I know I'm obviously going to be trying to protect you guys, but because he mentioned the shepherd staff thing,
Neat.
if someone was able to disarm him, I feel like that would be a top tier move on this guy. But I have no idea how we would get to him.
Okay.
because Just mention thing.
Anybody above 20?
No.
Unlikely. Anybody above 15?
No.
Oh. Between 14 and 10?
13.
13. 10.
Hey.
Okay, pair of 13s. For Sieg and Anya. Wow, it's much better than your wonderful 9 you had last time.
Yeah. I rolled a 7 this time, not a 3.
Just as a quick double check, which of you has the higher initiative, raw initiative bonus?
Mine 6.
Mine 6.
Whoa.
All right. Then whoever gets knocked out first will lose the first initiative
okay.
slot.
Okay.
Good. That sounds great.
When you say knocked out,
I am being lenient
Yeah.
and generous.
okay.
So,
just because I didn't remember from last time, were you able to tell? You only know it's roughly in the center where the orichalcum is, and we are positioned. How far are we from the center?
I
thing?
did see that it was near the tabernacle.
Oh, such a fun word.
It is a good word.
It's a good word.
Now we can die in it.
So,
I don't think you can
All right.
die in a tabernacle.
so it is the listener's job. Listener's role first.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm going to activate, though, one of the faithful. They're activating in groups of 3.
oh, good times.
So, from the pews, 3 of the faithful rise. They're these desiccated forms. Their skin leather. Their eyes so sunken that you cannot see white. You just see a thin red glint within their sockets. Their jaws hang loose, and you don't know if you hear a moan or a chant. It could be almost Gregorian, but it could also be wails of death. You're not quite sure. That's how close they are weaving together as they move towards you, lunging one at each of you, because they were given the task to make you kneel. So each one will move into contact with you.
Don't suppose we could just kneel and everyone will be happy.
Ha! He said, "Ha!" Let's see how they do. Got myself this here sheet. Let's see what they do. So the first one that charges in is going to try and, with its ragged talons, it's going to grip at Mistress Sable. It will crit fail, but they are immune to psychology, so they take no peril.
Oh yay!
It wasn't me this time! Fucking 5 crit fails in one sitting.
Normally, when you crit fail, you take peril. These creatures have a specific thing.
No fear.
It's mindless, actually. They do not have a fellowship, intelligence, or willpower stat, and they cannot be affected by things that hit the mind.
Oh, so things like a buff or debuff wouldn't work for them? Like Litany of Hatred and stuff like that? Can't do Litany of Hatred anymore, by the way, guys.
I know, you don't have the...
Yeah.
Anything that is mindless is unaffected by Litany of Hatred.
Yep.
I see.
It's a rule from the old days of my tabletopping with tiny miniatures. It was called immune to psychology. Fucking vampire counts. I fucking hate those pieces of shit.
But they're so stylish.
The second one lunges forward, trying to grip Mr. Sable.
And the second one as well.
No, I meant
Confirmation.
one for each. One for each. So the next one was
Sieg.
for Sieg, missed by 2. And then 1 lunges and misses at Anya. So
How long have they been sitting there? They had
Leg cramps.
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually hear them creak as they
Ooh.
move. It sounds like taut rope being pulled across a pulley system that hasn't been moved in 50 years.
I know what that sounds like.
So now it is Sieg's Sieg's roster slot. It is your activation. So the way we do initiative around here, we do a roster system, whereas they all roll initiative. They claim slots in the ladder, but upon those slots, they can activate whoever hasn't activated yet in the turn, which creates a very interesting flow to combat, very tactical choices to be made. So, who is activating?
For clarification, so the 3 of us were kind of lined up in front of the...
I kind of assumed you were kind of in an arrow point just at the first pew.
Oh, okay. And were the two? You said there were 2 groups of 3.
2 groups of 3. One group from your right stood up and charged you.
Okay, and then there's
another
on the
group of
left,
3 standing up.
and then
from
the
your left.
cardinals up on the pulpit.
Yes.
Is there any pathway to get towards the tabernacle?
The tabernacle would most likely be on the altar. You're not sure where
And
the
the
altar
altar is from where we are.
directly ahead. It's in the center of
Yeah.
the room.
Okay.
So you are in a large cross-shaped cathedral. You are literally at the X mark. You are standing at the front 2 pews before the altar. Yep.
Okay.
I assumed an arrow formation with Sieg in front and then the 2 ladies behind.
Ladies.
So,
The pulpit in these corners.
And Cardinal is in the hallway. He came from the
He was in the
so-
shepherds.
he was in the shepherd's pulpit, which was basically
Not the way we came.
forward
Yeah, I know
and to
we
the
were.
right.
This one, right?
Yeah. So he was
Okay.
opposite you in the shepherd's pulpit.
Got it. After one
Yes.
use.
Do we want to try and just
Bolt?
run and we'll cover you while you try and... You're the only one who can actually see it, so...
I try.
Alright, so do you want to go first?
I'm
Okay.
gonna look through the ocular. See if I can't get a better fix on where the.
I'll allow this as a free action, so 0 AP to do this quickly.
Okay.
Make a quick, because you had it out when you were,
Yeah, I was using it.
yeah. So,
no, but knockback and
make
stuff, so
that
maybe we can clear
incantation
paths
test.
for her.
Yeah.
Success.
okay. You do see a faint glow coming from the altar.
I can't specifically see where.
It seems to be coming from, like, within and below the altar.
It's underneath the altar. I don't know if I can get it while we're being attacked.
I can cover you. Just go in there. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
You know, you would have to...
Honestly, you knocking
get to
them
the
away
altar-
would give her a better chance of running first.
To get to the
Yeah.
altar in one turn would be a run. And then you would be able to, on the next turn, fish through, start searching the altar. Problem is, right now, you are currently engaged.
Oh, yeah.
So if
Opportunity
you
attack.
go...
Parry for you.
Or
She
you
already
go
started
first.
her turn.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But you can parry if the opportunity attack hits.
Because I can't parry
Oh,
if I
okay.
do this.
Okay, yeah. But
He's got
So-
them.
I've got the extra
Okay.
AP.
I'm gonna
This
run.
is what he was born to do. He was born for this.
As you are
Oh.
engaged, you have to break away from your attacker. And it's going to try and grab you.
Mhm.
Oh, no, that's not just attacking.
This
Cool.
one will hit. It's an
It's a type of attack.
it's an attack.
Okay.
It also has other
That's all my AP to do. the
fun
movement
features.
thing,
So it will hit. And if it hits, it
you-
will interrupt your
you
run.
parry.
Yeah. Am I?
Yeah, you're allowed to use your lightning reaction and your man-at-arms ability.
Okay. Then I will attempt to parry this.
Like all 4 abilities that kind of chain together into one big old combo
Beautiful.
that lets him shield, defend other people.
Yes. Oh, no.
Reroll it now. Reroll it now.
I'm gonna spend a thing.
Spend
to-
the thing right
Spending
now.
a fortune.
Spend it.
That was a 94. 56. That is a success.
Okay.
All right.
You're
So-
like the first didn't happen.
Seeing where you know it is, you drop the ocularum, letting it fall around your neck on its chain, and you bolt. Just as you bolt, a decaying hand reaches out for you, but it is knocked away as Sieg's shield. You hear it's the sound of wood contacting bone as it strikes it away. As he strikes it away. And that fortune comes right back.
Yeah.
So have I made it to the altar?
You have made it to the altar.
Okay.
But that is all 3 of your AP.
Yep.
Your activation ends.
Mhm.
Now, you have another slot right now.
Couldn't we also use fortune for an extra AP?
Yes, you can use fortune to gain an extra AP if you wanted to. Hold on. Let me check the old the old actions list
I'm still
here.
familiarizing myself fully with what the fortune
Yes, you can
do.
use fortune to give yourself an extra AP to perform things.
Things.
I would like to burp, right?
To properly search the altar, it would take a full turn.
Okay.
To
Then I'll
properly search it. You can't kind of be like 1 AP just to be like, nope, it's not here.
But could she hold on to 1 AP so that you would have a parry in case something tries to hit you now?
Well,
I could use it at that point if we're fortunate.
literally, yeah. If it's fortune, you
Okay.
can use it whenever.
Okay, good.
It doesn't have to be
Okay.
used on your turn.
Keep
You
this
spend it
primed
to
in
get
our
an AP.
brains.
So, it is your roster slot now.
All right. Do you think? I don't want to just leave you because also then we're
If you-
both of us are engaged.
Can you knock them down? How does your shield thing work?
I just have to.
Knock down is a specific action.
No,
So it
no,
would
no.
be takedown.
No, you mean the
Shield slam?
Shield slam.
the shield slam.
That only
gives it the
knocks him back
powerful
5
quality.
feet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I wield the shield, a melee weapon gains the powerful
Quality, which knocks them back 5 feet out of
But-
engagement.
There is a lot of them. I can only do
Yeah.
so many of that at once.
I can try and maneuver past them, and we can try and
Yeah, I think it'd be smart for you both to make it there because I feel like unless everyone's trying to do like a mad sprint, I think you have a good chance of getting there, and I once again parry for you if need be.
Okay. So Sable's gonna try and dart past them.
Okay. So where are you trying to get to?
I'm gonna say probably. Do you plan on fully running to?
I mean, I'm not going to be able to
Yeah.
if I have to.
So I'm
parry.
not gonna go all the way to.
So you're gonna go to
Lady
like the
Phalamid.
steps of the altar.
Yeah. That
Okay,
way.
that'll be 2.
Yeah. All right.
That'll be a hustle. No,
Ooh, a maneuver.
A
that's
maneuver.
a maneuver.
1 yard
No.
out of engagement, avoiding.
Oh yeah, no. You can do that because you have 3 AP.
Yeah.
You would be able to charge, which gives you the 2 movement, and then, but you maneuver first, gets you out of engagement, then you bolt for 2. So you can do that, and no opportunity attacks come your way.
But don't you only have 3 AP?
Yeah, I only have 3 AP. That would be 4 AP total.
No, it's not. I said it's only going to cost you 2 to get to the steps of the altar. So
Okay.
2
Sorry,
to the
you
steps.
used.
Maneuver once.
Okay.
So Sable uses the maneuver.
Yeah, she's
Which
like
is a
positioning the fan to kind of
Think of
just,
it like a
put
disengage.
little distance between herself as she's trying to slide through their little
And then she
midst.
uses the rest of her action to dart through those in her way.
Just with everyone trying to get us to kneel.
And now she stands at the foot of the altar, the stairs leading up. Now the faithful on the left side activate. They're all going at Sieg now.
Mm-hmm.
So the first rushes in and attacks. It will hit.
Okay.
Are you parrying or are you going to let it happen?
I'm currently moderately wounded.
Yeah, are you super imperiled or are you only in the first step? Like, do you still use skill ranks?
After we had the last time,
Okay.
I'm back to imperiled, so I still get my
Okay,
all my
good.
benefits. So this first one I'll parry. I'll try and parry.
Okay.
Okay.
Spend an AP. This is your second parry.
Yep. That is a 10, so success.
All right. Hands reaching, groping. You can see that the skin is actually kind of peeled back and their bones are extending from their hand, almost forming with sharp nails to create this ragged, disease-filled talon as it reaches for you. But you're able to bat it away with your shield. Next! Faithful charges in. You will miss. The final faithful. Mindless drone of the church. I realize that doesn't really narrow it down. But anyway, this one will miss as well because I'm rolling like shit. We're gonna roll these dice now. So,
Okay.
more of them shamble in. They move with just lethargia from what must be at least 20 years of stagnation. It is now your final activation, which is Sieg's turn.
Okay, and I have 2 action points to spend right now.
Oh, no, wait. I'm sorry.
The cardinal.
The cardinal goes. Let me take...
Oh, how could we forget about him?
That's right.
I thought he was just
He
a man of
activates on a
word.
12. Yeah, the faithful rolled 12s. So the cardinal goes, I apologize.
Oh,
My fault.
think nothing of it.
Kids. Oh, that's the other thing. Oh, I forgot about that rule. Well, it's late, but I'll still do it. All of you need to make easy, so this is plus 20 resolve tests.
Oh, okay.
As they have a trait called sanity blasting. They inspire stress when you encounter them for the first time.
Succeed.
Success.
Success. 39.
Okay, so all of you resist the stress. By the way, that can go from stress to fear to terror, depending on the level of that they
My
are.
secret. I always live in terror.
Okay, so
That's why
let me
my
go to
resolve is so high.
let's see, what is the range on this?
Why does he need range?
Hmm.
What is a man of the cloth doing?
Oh, that's good.
I moved closer, didn't I?
You both did.
Yeah, but this is a sight-based thing, so I'm gonna roll an incantation test.
Oh no, the magics.
Abel knows nothing of this. It's fine.
Oh, that will succeed.
What is he doing?
If it's instant, I can't help you because I will spend a fortune to.
It is instant,
Okay, then I can't help
Yep.
you.
and it is on Sieg.
Okay. Can't parry magic.
no, you cannot.
You
In-
could. Sometimes you can.
He points his finger. In the name of the shepherd, you shall go unarmed. And you immediately drop all of your sword and your shield onto the ground at your feet.
Oh, I love the crit fail for that spell.
Oh,
Weeping butter.
oh God.
Cat-handed
But
grip.
he cast cack-handed grasp. And now your shield, after successfully casting the spell, one foe instantly drops whatever is in their hands onto the ground just outside of easy reach. So you would have to you'd have to spend AP to grab it,
Okay.
to pick up your things. By the way, they're not together. They got thrown away.
Oh, you did just.
So it's to your left and right. So you'd have to spend an AP to get the sword or spend an AP to get your shield.
Okay.
Do you have more than one?
He has more than one
I
weapon.
got my spear.
He
Okay.
can draw he has
can
a
two-hand
fire
the
hardened spear. You could just pull out the fire hardened spear.
Yeah.
That is an option.
That's what I got.
To make your way, to the shield.
As
and then
he But as soon as he does that, he turns from the pulpit and starts walking down the spiral stair to the very bottom of it, making his way towards the altar. He's not there yet, but he can get there. Now it's your activation. After he basically just pointed at you and said, "Put that down."
Wait, it's my activation?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Your action points.
You have 2 now, right? You parried twice.
Yes, I have
Yeah.
2 action points.
If anybody needs actual visual reference, I think like the Deacons of the Deep.
Yeah.
From Dark Souls 3.
All right.
If you need a specific visual reference outside of my descriptions.
Sieg's going to.
I thought that was your stomach. Oh my God.
That?
No, there was. Okay, continue.
No, I'm good.
Sieg's gonna reach back behind his back to pull out his fire hardened spear in one hand,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to spend an action point, and he's gonna reach out
Grab a shield.
He's gonna like reach over like the side of the pew to like get his shield off of the ground.
Okay, well that. Let me see. Let me see if retrieve item. Draws an opportunity attack.
Okay. He needs that shield. He needs the shield.
I don't see that here. That's why I was like,
It is not.
Lady Philman,
here.
you have the arrow and quiver. We don't have any arrow. Oh, quiver.
I have 6 arrows.
6 arrows, but it's like openly on your person.
Very much so.
Okay, in case I need to.
Okay.
Yeah. Just being aware of where things are.
I'm gonna say at least 2 of them are going because there's currently 4 of them directly engaged with you.
Nice.
2 others that could make like a quick step and a shuffle to be in engagement with you.
Oh, the amena trash.
First one is going to hit.
Okay.
With its opportunity attack.
Okay.
Are you gonna parry?
I mean, 1 action more I can spend. Otherwise, I'm just staying still. Then,
You might want to parry that one.
Okay, yeah, I'll attempt to parry.
You're already damaged, right?
Yes, I am. That is a.
That's a success. That's a 1.
Yeah, that's a 1. Okay,
Yes.
success.
Remember the 2.
2 zeros.
Yeah, just the 2 numbers is the 10 space.
Yep.
The 1 number is the single space. So
Yep.
that is a 1. That is a success. Not a critical because you need doubles to get criticals in this system.
Double zero.
And then the other one will miss an 81. Now you can continue. Do you have any AP left?
After that parry, I don't have any of my natural AP left.
Yeah, because you lightning
Parried.
reflex parried 1 other attack, parried the opportunity attack just now, and used an AP to pick up your shield.
So to run.
To move.
Yeah.
He would draw 4 opportunity attacks, and only get 1 movement band away.
Not good.
No.
Yeah.
You could spend an extra AP to. They're a guard.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if there's like a defensive.
There's a
No,
take
well, the
cover.
defensive options are the fact that you get to parry attacks by spending AP.
Yeah.
Take cover also provokes opportunity attacks, so that's no good.
So yeah, that's the end of your activation. Top of
Some of them out of.
Yeah.
so round over. Top of the round. I'm gonna have the listener activate again. The cardinal.
Oh,
A name.
oh, good. He's named. His health bar's bigger now.
How far's bigger? He has a name.
It's got a frame on his name. No.
Oh shit.
No.
There's a frame. There's a name.
Your
Like
word
level
double
4
doors.
mastery.
Oh, by the way, it's longer than just that. It's full Dark Souls name style.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Oh, we didn't get his surname yet.
It's not the system I can make people monologue in, so.
Cool.
I don't know if we want him to monologue to
Cool.
us.
He puts his hand to the mantle, the chain mantle of the paladin. This is. I have the strength of those who come before and have heard the words. Incantation.
Huh.
As a shimmering field kind of forms around him and then tightens to his body.
Okay, it's magic shield.
Very much the same one I have, I think.
His armor glints a little bit in the candlelight now with an extra shine as he continues to move forward, and now he is on the altar with you. But he is not engaged with you yet. It's very like that Shakespearean entering the stage kind of distance. So now,
I wonder what happens if I look up.
your activation.
I guess we'll find out.
Who's gonna activate first?
Can I just?
Because you have to refresh APs.
Can I go first and then just stand still, so I can try to
Hold
parry?
all your AP?
Yeah, for, I don't know. I don't know Because if I move,
Again,
throw
you can
your-
disengage and run.
Yeah.
engage.
Maneuver.
Maneuver costs 2.
Oh, right, and that avoids all the opportunity attacks.
Oh, maneuver costs 2?
Yeah, which
Yeah.
is why we were confused. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I did that wrong. Okay, I thought it
Yeah.
was only a 1.
No, that's why we're like, but it's 4.
Well, let it stand the way it was before. I gave you a free AP,
Yeah.
essentially.
Okay.
Thanks. Because I'm older.
So
Or I could just spend a fortune point
Okay, that's
to
fine.
make it fair.
for fairness, okay. So if I were
To be fair.
if I were to take the turn and I maneuvered, would I also need to do another normal movement action to get to where Sable is?
No,
Or-
you'd be halfway between Sable and where you were.
Okay.
Kaboom.
So
I'm gonna probably try and get to her, but I have a pistol shot. But once I get to her, I can also take the arrows too if I need, or defend her because I'm closer.
okay.
Mind you, if you maneuver, you are no longer engaged with them, but you pulled out your spear. You
I do have my spear.
are now still engaged with them because you have reach. So you could actually maneuver out of their range and then stab. And still,
Ooh.
like, slowly backing away,
Yeah.
move and stab.
And because I'm using the spear with the range, it's still powerful, so I can then also push them back further.
You don't
There-
need your shield for that?
They're-
No, I do need the shield for it, but it applies to my weapon that I'm holding.
Okay,
It gives
cool.
that weapon the powerful quality.
So he can literally
Yee.
push people off of him.
So are we okay with me going first? Otherwise, they will all go in and then nom on my flesh and bones.
By the laws of zombie
you-
rush, you should definitely.
You do have 2 activations before they go.
Okay.
Are you okay with me, Gay?
I'm okay.
All right. So Stig, with his spear and shield back in hand, he is going to maneuver his way through the outstretched arms of these.
Just shoving them away with spear
yeah.
and shield, backing up. Now he has distance,
Mhm.
but he still has the reach of a spear.
Yes.
So now he makes his thrust.
Okay. Yeah. So maneuver 2, and then
Thrust is going to be 1 attack. You still have a
Yep.
lightning reaction for
for a
1 parry.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. That sounds. Yeah. Let's give that a go. I will give that a go. And that is a hit. That's a 25.
Ooh. All right. They don't parry.
Don't or they can't.
So you're going to roll damage.
Okay. So I roll 1d6. Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, that's a 5.
Plus your
That's-
damage
That's 5, so that means I get to roll again.
because of Grudgeborn Fury,
Yeah.
10 points, so 5.
because of his Stenfod trait.
Oh, that's a 1. So together,
Still.
that is
Yeah.
plus with my Fireheart Spirit's damage, that is going to be 16.
Ooh. That will be enough for 2 marks. So you are going to get to injury territory.
Okay, unfortunately.
But this is not a vicious weapon.
Yeah, the spear is not vicious. So the first one, I roll 1 dice.
It's 1d6.
1d6 for the first one. Oh, that's a 6.
That is an injury.
Oh.
And because they are underlings, that immediately kills it.
Oh.
So he maneuvers back, throwing hands away, throws a spear shot, and it goes in at the clavicle, ricochets off that bone, and it sounds like you're stabbing into a hay bale. That crunch and thud. And as you pull up and back to on the recoil of your stab, the head tears away, and what sounds like dry parchment crumbling and tearing, its head just falls back as it crumbles to the ground. Next activation.
I mean, I could counterspell his shield. Make him easier to hit. He's already gone. He can't go again to use another spell.
If you want to do that, I can then try and get his attention afterwards. So it'll give you time to look.
He is within charge range, by the way. You could move 2 and then attack with your with the charge.
It's either that or I just spend my entire action searching while he's staring over my shoulder.
Well, but do we have an action after this one before he goes?
Yes.
Yeah. So
The
you
faithful
could,
the faithful are the only 2 that haven't
Yeah,
activated
so
yet.
you could still go search, and I can get to the platform. Right?
Okay.
You're the only one who could find this right now.
That being said, if she activated at the very end of if she searched at the end, it wouldn't change the search.
True.
Because he can't get there to interrupt her.
Yeah.
But she also could make it easier to attack him
Yeah.
this turn. So that's your option.
Yeah. Up to you, friend. Honestly, we'll make it work whatever we do.
I would like to get rid of his shield.
Okay.
I'm going to look at him
Oh, no.
and say, "Are you sure?" And then just pull my hand up and try to pull his shield away.
So dispel magic.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to channel it all, or are you going to
No.
allow it? Oh, okay.
I can't go above a plus 30, so I'd only be able to channel once for my counterspell.
That's right, you're obnoxious.
I built my character to do one thing.
No, you can go over plus 30.
I didn't think that was possible to do. Either way, it brings it to a 95.
The difficulty only goes between 30 and negative 30.
Okay.
All other adjustments can take you above, like in drastic directions
Okay.
on both sides. It's the difficulty ratings are never more than a negative or positive 30.
I should not have read
So what's
shouldn't have
the
read the chat.
difficulty?
Oh, it's a standard difficulty unless you because it's remember, difficulty is based off level of magic. It's petty or generalist, so it's actually
Routine.
easy. So it's
routine,
I'm sorry,
it's
it's routine, so it's a plus 10.
You got this.
Yeah, I succeed.
Yeah, of course I do.
I had a feeling.
Yeah. I would.
What's your base chance after all that?
95.
And then wait. Base chance means just your skill plus your
Plus petty, plus my talent. It's
plus your
95.
talent. It's a 95.
Yeah.
And then that adds another 10
No,
for the fact that it was routine.
that's everything altogether. It's a 95 with all of those factors.
So, to be clear, when I use the term base chance, I'm asking about things that happen before we get to difficulty.
Oh, then 85.
An 85, and then adjusted by difficulty, it becomes a 95. If you had channeled, it would have gone to a 99.
Yeah.
And you have to roll 100 to fail.
Yeah.
Well then.
But because of the way defensive actions work in this system, it kind of balances out. So, for Dispel Magic, after successfully casting the spell, you immediately cause one magical spell's effects to end permanently. Can
Not
be
yet,
used
I haven't fired my gun
dismiss
yet.
magical
Stop, guys.
effects such as Aegis or other magical spells which may protect another.
Yeah.
Cannot affect summoned creatures or rituals. You must have this magic in order to counterspell. Finally, you can never use Dispel Magic to dismiss the effects of other magic spells whose duration is listed as instantaneous.
That's why I need to know that.
And it wasn't a crit.
No.
Okay. Because you cause physical peril when you crit as well by draining the magic of them. So as you pull your hand away, that shimmering field that was just kind of on the surface of his mantle draws away. And you can see him almost lurch forward with the pull. And his sunken eyes kind of gleam in the black pits of his eye sockets at
He's
you.
got creepy eyes too. It's fine. Creepy eye friends.
Match made in
Hell. I have 2 AP left.
Mm-hmm.
Is he close enough to hit with my staff?
If you moved, you could move and hit him.
Oh, I don't want to move because I want to be able to keep an AP for parrying just in case.
He's just outside of engagement.
Okay. If we spend a fortune, I can search now.
I'm down.
All right.
I
Make
kind of like it. that fortune can be used for things other than just...
So,
Rerolls.
If it takes me 3 AP in order to do it.
Yeah.
However, if it's perception, I'm fucked. So.
I don't want to take on this entire congregation, to be clear, right?
If we can avoid it, yeah.
Yeah. We're not here to exterminate a bunch of sad people.
okay. So that will be a scrutinize test.
Oh, yeah,
Perception scrutinize.
This is fine.
Sorry, it's attuned to you. I can't do it.
Yeah.
You do the basic of where it was, at least.
Actually, since you had the ocularum,
Like an equipment bonus?
I will get no because it was used.
Oh, okay.
It was used and you had a general idea of where it was to begin with. I will give you a routine difficulty on this test because you have an idea of where it is.
Oh, shit. Success.
Yeah!
All right.
I rolled a 20.
You find the tabernacle.
Oh.
Yay!
While pulling back the rotting, like mold crusted. It's stiff from drying after being doused with a fluid that had something in it. So whatever remains, kind of like when salt water dries on fabric, it has that crusty saltness to it. It's got kind of that, but it's a little pliable, and it smells a little rotten. But you throw it around, you can hear goblets crashing, and the accoutrements that were on the table, the faithful items
I feel so bad right now.
clatter and bang across the ground as you unveil the tabernacle just below the altars, just above the altar's base. So it is an altar stone, then 2 wide oval pillars on either side, and then the base. And set in the base is where the tabernacle is, currently locked. It's a large iron lock, separate on a hasp.
It's right here and it's locked.
I can take care of it.
I said what I said. Come here, you can shoot it off or something.
Okay.
Does the cardinal
Okay.
react at all to...
Me looking at him? I don't know.
We'll have to see.
Okay.
So, you have another activation.
So for me to...
No, you don't. Now it's their activation. So, the faithful rush at Sieg. 3 of them charging forward. 3 of them swiping with their dirty claws. Their hands drained of life by time. The first one will hit.
I will try to attempt to parry.
With your lightning reaction?
Yep. That is a success. 27.
Alright.
I'm out of AP unless I spend the fortune.
The second one shambles in, reaching and grabbing. It will hit.
What's our fortune pool at right now?
You are currently at 6 fortune. I cannot gain misfortune. I am at my 5 cap without people spending to give me fortune above.
Are we cool with me? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know who just fixed that. So as you spend it, it goes up to 7, now down to 6.
Okay. So. Oh, no.
Did you just
roll that?
Crit fail?
Oh, you
that's
can't.
That's a 77.
Oh no.
So not only do you get hit, but
Let's
you're
go
going to
for my
need to
peril.
resist
Oh, God.
some peril right now.
Oh, no. No amount of fortune can save me from this.
No.
Yeah, no amount of
Seeing
fortune.
shades of my past.
All right,
They
so-
appreciate the support, but
Oh.
in the rules, if you crit fail, you
Can't
cannot
Yeah.
reroll. You take 9
Okay.
peril.
Oh, peril. Okay.
What's your peril threshold?
Well, now it's at ignore 1 skill
Oh,
rank, so
okay.
all my bonuses are down. but it's not dead. So, and what else?
Now we're gonna do damage. Oh, by the way, since it's about to do damage, you need to roll to resist a takedown, because every time it does damage, it might force a takedown that can knock you prone.
Okay,
But I have to roll some damages.
So make a coordination test.
Hmm.
Okay.
Or athletics. Oh wait, no.
No,
It
that's
is
for them.
coordination. Okay.
Whew, that's 26. That's a success.
All right. With its ragged talons, it does. Oh. Well, it would have been a fail anyway, right? What was your when you crit failed?
It was a 77.
What is your skill rank normally?
For
For parrying.
75.
Erase that. You parried. Their weapon is slow.
Oh!
So that was actually a crit success. I apologize. That was my fault.
Ah!
Okay, so what happens on a crit
That's
success
important.
parry?
I don't think anything in particular.
I think we meant to look this up, but I don't know.
I did look it up, and there wasn't anything particular.
Okay, but a parry's a parry.
Combat.
So, I get this back.
You still get your skill ranks.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Take back that peril.
Okay,
Oh.
I'm still just imperiled.
Oh,
No damage was done.
oh my god, that roller coaster.
Oh, okay.
Ah!
I forgot they're
That's
slow. They're slow to attack. I didn't want to
Oh, thank
Oh man.
so they're a
Oh.
little bit more defensible against.
you. Okay.
That's a good thing to know.
That's a good thing to
Oh,
know.
thank you.
I
Exalted.
apologize. That was me.
Okay. So that was the second one.
Thank
That
the
was
exalted. You're welcome.
We did it!
We
We've
finally
proven
got
its
this-
existence!
We can all go home now.
All
So
right.
there's still the third one, though, coming at me.
Yes, the third one is going to charge an attack, though. It will miss.
Okay.
Oh.
But now the next activation.
Ah.
3 more move forward. One of them, 2 of them are going to move past
Oh.
and rush Sable.
Does...
Opportunity
Wha-
attacks are free.
Yeah, does that evoke opportunity?
No, they're not engaged with you.
Mmm.
Remember, you stepped back to disengage.
Mmm.
From 4 of them, there were 2 that were... The original 2 that attacked just them were never engaged with you.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. I see, I
So
see.
those 2 are free to move forward, and they actually look to you, and then they look to the Cardinal for a moment, and you see him just kind of gesture with his head and kind of brush with his hand, and they both move around you and charge towards Sable.
Yeah.
One of them that's still engaged with you in spear range has to move forward to attack you, otherwise it'll get hit. So, the one that attacks you, Sieg,
Okay.
will miss. The other 2 charging Sable, though. One will hit. Now it's going to get a bonus. It's going to get a bonus Fury die because it charged this turn.
Okay. I parry.
All right.
You just get like a whiff of the skirt where you thought they were actually gonna plant, but nope. That's why you wear a skirt.
I'll allow that one to go, but I'm going to say this. Because they are mindless, from now on, you can't use your charm to parry them. They're immune to psychology. Your charming effect for your Montebank profession uses charm in the place of parry, which means you get into your opponent's head. They're mindless.
That means I'll have -10 to my parrying capability.
Oh, your parrying ability is 10 less if,
Yes.
if you're using a normal one.
Yeah.
But remember, they're slow!
So you get that 10 back.
So you get that 10 back technically.
I still succeeded the first one.
Yes.
Okay. It was a 30. Like a 37, so
The next one charges forward, and it will hit. This one with a 25.
Can I... I don't have AP because I haven't activated yet, so I would have to parry it.
You had
Before.
1 AP left from last time.
That I just used to parry.
Yeah.
So I have no more AP left, unless I take one
No,
from
you
the pool.
didn't have any AP left.
Yes.
From last.
Correct.
So I'm gonna force you to spend a fortune point
No,
Just now.
I had one left.
from last turn.
Yes.
Remember, you maneuvered, which was 2, and then you ran, which was another 2. So you
Oh, because
had
we
no AP.
retconned the amount.
Not
Okay.
even retconning it. You didn't have the amount to move.
When you used all 3
You
at
used-
we thought
Okay.
at that time to go there.
And I
so
gave you a
Yeah.
freebie to say you moved
Okay.
extra. So that parry cost you a fortune.
Okay.
Then this next one. Also
The next one you cannot parry though,
Unless you spend,
unless you spend a fortune point to parry it.
which I'm okay with you doing.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll attempt to parry.
All right, roll parry. Another.
So because
fortune
I get the
point.
10, it is still 65 or under.
Mm-hmm.
Fail.
All right. So it's going to do 2d6.
Oh, right, because of the
Yeah.
Plus
rush
it's-
with the extra damage.
I have a threshold of 3, so it was gonna
Oh.
happen. Yeah.
Oh, God, that
Uh,
hurts my heart.
It's
Yeah.
gonna do.
That's...
It's gonna do 13.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
So I am lightly wounded.
Wait,
So you
what?
need-
Only lightly wounded?
My threshold 9, 13 would be on. 15
Okay,
is.
okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah.
No, no.
I'm sorry to disappoint you,
Wait,
sir.
wait, wait,
No,
wait,
no.
Slow down. Your damage threshold is a 3.
Yes. Then it's a 9, 15, 21.
You take 2, so you go to lightly wounded.
Yes. That's what I said.
No. You go to no. Hold on. You're moderately wounded.
You
No.
started unharmed.
You're started unharmed. That
Yeah.
the first one takes you to lightly wounded. The next one takes you to moderately wounded.
Hey,
Okay.
you're here with me at the moderately wounded club. It hurts.
Now a coordination test to avoid takedown.
Does this affect my skills or anything, or is it hurt?
No, just
Okay.
hurt.
Cool.
It's just.
I'll roll
it's just
injury after.
Physical
Okay.
pain.
Okay. So I assume it's like a brawn or
It's
athletic.
a coordination
agility?
test.
Coordination, okay.
It's going to be agility.
Yep, so it's under agility.
Fail.
So you are knocked prone.
Yeah.
So you have your little.
Yep.
Use that.
Hold on.
Let's see if
My-
I roll injury,
My nimbleness
but
is.
no injury comes to pass.
Nope, not knocked out. Oh.
But it was the last attack against you in that moment. So, that ends up being your, your luck, because we're gonna move over to
Wait,
the end of, move to the next activation.
hold on. You're gonna hate me. If you got sent to moderately wounded, doesn't that mean it gets to make an injury attempt?
I
It
did
did.
roll
Oh,
it. I
oh.
said there was no injury.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, I didn't.
Again, I'm
Do
so
that.
sorry to disappoint you.
I'm not. There's just a lot of factors I'm trying to take into account.
All right. Final activation. It is Sable's turn, though.
Okay, so to get up, it's 2 AP.
Mm-hmm.
And there is currently
2 attacking you.
yeah.
But it also invokes opportunity attacks, moving out of an engagement. Okay, but
No, you're not moving out of the engagement. You can move. You can stand up and move 1 yard.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But if you don't move out of the engagement, you're not attacked. So if you just stand up,
Yeah.
no opportunity attacks.
Oof.
Ooh.
Thank you, Arashi. So the question is do I want to just deal with the engagement, or do I try and make use
Take
of
him out. We're not going to be able to break a lock under pressure. We have people here. Might as well get rid of the things that are attacking us, right?
Do you want to deal with the cardinal yourself? Because
You guys finish those off. You can be able to help me.
okay, but I do have a shot at range, so
If you're going to make a range attack against something outside of your current combat, that would
Yeah.
be an opportunity attack.
I'll just have to attack them then. However, it is or take aim. Hold on.
You can't do take aim and attack in the same thing. You just use 2 AP. You would have to use a
Yeah.
fortune point to get the take aim and then attack bonus.
That would only blind them so that they could not parry.
And these don't.
They don't.
They're
Yeah, so it's not
underlings.
as yeah. All right. So
Underlings aren't allowed to spend AP outside of their turn.
Okay, that's the tier system of the. Oh, cool. Okay.
So underlings is a type of it's kind of like a tier within a tier. So normally you have your basic, advanced, or
Okay.
hold on. I can actually tell you the actual thing while you get ready to roll.
Cha.
So it's basic, intermediate, and advanced are the 3 tiers, and then there is low, medium, and high threat within those tiers. So these things are basic low. But then there is a final roll thing that you can apply, which applies to either if it's a normal thing, it's an underling, or if it's like a magician. So they each get their own thing in that. So like when I create characters, those are the things I pick first. What's its job? What does it do? How threatening is it?
Okay.
So, with that information, does that mean you said they can't use AP when it's not their turn? So they can't.
They can't parry.
They can't parry. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how underlings work.
Okay. Cool.
So the
Partly, I'm not supposed to tell you all of these things, but I think it's cool from a system explanation
Yeah.
standpoint for everybody to hear about the cool stuff, because I've had so much fun creating these things. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're not as grumpy when you're making stuff.
No, I hate making monsters in D&D. It's a load of horse shit. I'm sorry, guys.
I
Sorry
can
if
tell
that
when you're,
offends somebody.
like-
As a GM, I always try to make my own creatures, and it is a hassle and a half, other than just literally arbitrarily saying, it's going to have an 18, it's going to have
Yeah.
a 15. You get shit. No, this one is, here's how you build your monsters.
Zweihander, thank you for making him less grumpy. Thanks.
Fuck off. Roll your
All right,
dice.
yeah, so the husk that had grabbed at her
Yes.
is who she's going to strike out with the stiletto. And I will hit. I think, yeah. So that is a 6 with fan.
It's a d6 plus 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said just a 6. And I
No,
was
no,
like,
no.
wait, you didn't really?
Yeah, no. So, okay, so 6, 10 damage.
Okay. 10 damage will only lightly wound it. No injury.
My job. This is not my job. I failed my job talking to the person. That's okay. Now I have to multitask.
Oh, you're the one complaining about multitasking right now? Of all people. Lost my shit.
You're a soldier, for God's sake. I'm a lady.
You cut across its clothing, and you can see its shirt tears, and the dust flies. No blood, but you know you got at least an inch into its flesh, and you even felt that skipping along the rib cage as the blade cut through its chest. You heard it.
What if I just
You know
light
you
them
haven't.
on fire?
You know you haven't injured it yet. So.
They're so dry.
Fire.
You have lantern oil, though. And I have a gun.
There's a lot of candles.
Okay, next activation goes to the top of the round. And then the Cardinal will activate, and he will take several steps forward. And as he's walking forward, look into the eyes of Anya, matching your gaze. Says, I see now. You've seen it too. Now you just have to listen. You just have to listen to the spheres. Listen to them. And as he pulls his hand down, a pall starts to fall around you. And it is as though you are surrounded in a void, vast sea of starlight. To everyone else, a shimmering, undefined edges of an orb of darkness start to descend around the two of them as he walks forward. So he casts Pall of Night. He succeeds because he is a boss when it comes to... Ooh, that's a crit.
Oh no.
What is the critical effect for All of night.
I don't know. I don't have that spell.
After successfully casting this, you conjure a shroud of starlight and a burst template around you. This burst template follows you wherever you walk. You and a number of allies equal to your willpower bonus can see within it. Foes standing are treated as though they are in low light conditions. Critical success. As above, but enemies within suffer 1d10 physical peril at the beginning of their turn until they leave it.
Oh, physical. Oh, that. Oh.
At the beginning of your turn.
It's peril.
When you activate, you will get peril.
Oh.
I love this
Perils things too.
Yeah, her threshold.
fucking
nuts.
spell.
Yeah, but if any of us try to. Oof.
Good news.
So, now it is your activation. By the way, you can barely see his face within the darkness.
And you
It's
told me
just
to listen to what?
the spheres.
The spheres.
Mhm.
Okay.
Alright, so, in terms of everyone's AP, and who is currently engaged, etc. Steve, how you doing?
We're all engaged in at 0 AP, so.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
However, I am the best person to wait right now because he just went, and it's the only person I'm engaged with at the moment. Ew, that sounded awful.
What?
So, when do you guys go? You guys.
So wait, when you were searching the pulpit, we didn't find the thing that had the spun orichalcum yet.
It's
It's
locked.
Oh, right, it was in the lock. Okay. Okay.
I just can't get to it right now.
I say you guys go first. Since we have 2 activations, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you guys both go. Get your AP back.
You should probably, because if you're trying to get your
Do
way.
you think this would work? The whole oil and lantern thing?
If you have a group of them that you want,
I mean, I got 3 candidates right here. But
I'd be able to shoot through, but
You're in another engagement.
I'm in a different
Yeah.
engagement, so you
Alright.
would have to either throw them at the ones that are in my engagement.
which then would put me at risk.
I don't know. You're not attacking though.
Hmm.
If you throw lantern oil on something else you're not engaged with, do you take
That would be an
the-
attack.
Okay, it would. Okay.
Okay.
It would cost the AP to pull it out and throw it, though.
Okay.
But you would waste all of your lantern oil to do so.
Yeah, I've only got a single oil pot.
Yeah.
And it would be a task to light it, since you
Yeah.
don't have any quick way of lighting it.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I mean, I would try and light it with my gun. Yeah? Are we doing by these logics of, like, the spark of the thing?
Yeah, but it would be. I would adjust it to be an arduous task.
Yeah. Alright, not worth it.
All right. Okay. Well, do you want to go? Do you want to go first? Because I feel like my layout.
I know
would
what this calls for.
be pretty. Just like, gotta go for pushing some back, blocking.
Okay.
I know what this
I mean,
calls for.
yeah, because there's 3 of them on top of me. I can't get to you or to Anya right
Yep.
now.
So go.
Not easily.
So go.
Okay. Right. Deeg is gonna try to line up between the 3 of them and gonna try to take a stab at one of them with his spear.
All right.
And right, I am not in peril danger, so I can do my thing. That is a
Oh, it's the same song. Okay, cool.
as success. That is a 43.
A 43.
43 success.
All right. That was to attack.
Yep.
Okay. Just stabbing.
Yeah, with the spear.
Okay.
I cannot parry, so I will roll for damage.
Oh, yes!
That is a 6.
Okay.
So we roll as a 3. So that is going to be 19 damage.
19 damage.
Annihilated. It's disgusting.
The faithful in repose, though, are scarred. They have a trait called Scar the Flesh.
Oh no.
So they have no armor, but it increases their damage threshold by 3.
Oh.
So their damage threshold starts a little bit higher. So you only get it to moderately wounded with 19 damage.
Okay, so I got 1 roll, and I doubt I'm gonna get another 6 for that 1-hit KO. That's a 2, so no.
There we go. We can go to her.
Okay. Okay, so that leaves me with 2 action points, then a lightning reaction. I don't know, I'm trying to... You want me to try to get...
Chat was like, he's fiddling with
You?
boss music, guys.
No, just...
You guys aren't gonna do well in here. Let me dispel it first.
Yeah.
Okay, you got those 2? I mean...
Well, I don't know how you define you got. I mean, yes, I have. There are 2 in front of me.
Because I'm supposed to be the blocker, but they've got around me. They intercepted me, so...
You're still holding off 4.
Yeah.
Listen, as somebody who plays tank a lot, if it's 7 enemies and you're handling 4 of them, you're still doing your job.
Aren't I handling 3? Because you said 2.
No, you killed one. Yeah, so you got 3.
Yeah, I got 3. Sable, 2 got the Sable. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I guess
Bonus points to anybody in chat who can recognize which boss fight this is.
Alright, I guess this just makes sense to hold the rest of my actions?
I would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some parrying to do.
Oh, wait. But I did push one of them back at least because of my...
Powerful?
Shield Slam.
Yes. So that one did get pushed back
Yeah.
out of engagement.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, I guess...
Save it.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah.
Seek's just gonna hold the line and wait for them to come at him.
So that's 2 AP plus your lightning reaction left on top of that. So
Yep.
yeah, you're good. So next activation is yours.
He just looked back over at Anya's like, just...
Yeah, and it's just a sea of whirling. It almost looks like starlight.
Oh, so beautiful.
Pinpoints of light that wink in and out of existence.
Ooh.
It would look like twinkling stars if you weren't sure that each star was a world being snuffed out.
How Zinchian of you.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
No. It's not.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Trying to play coy.
Alright, so...
So, Mr. Sable, it's your turn, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my purple dice now. So Sable's turn?
Yeah.
Sable's activating.
Alright, so the wretch that had struck at me to begin with, she's kind of locked onto that one. Is going to take a strike
Alright.
out at them again.
Stab away.
Yee.
Oh, are you gonna? Oh, you're not doing your take aim.
No.
It's good against things that can see and
Yeah.
react. This is a
Yeah.
strange creature.
Oh, I didn't do my extra 1d6 injury last time. I gotta remember to do that. It's fast, vicious, weak.
You didn't get it to an injury level.
Okay.
You only did
Shit.
one.
I hit critically.
Oh. Even if I could, I cannot. So normally when you critically hit, you don't do any extra bonus damage, but you make it so that the opponent is defenseless against that attack. In a game that very much centers around defensive options and being able to actively resist, hitting and having the opponent have no way of blocking it, just gets you straight to damage, is a very powerful thing. So you just go straight to damage.
6. 11.
11 will put another one on there, taking it to moderately wounded. So you get to roll vicious. So roll 2 1d6.
Yeah.
A 2d6.
Nope.
No 6s?
Nope.
Nope. All right.
Sadly, when we want the 6s, they don't show up.
Yeah, right.
So you, yes, and a crit, by the way, is anytime you succeed and you also rolled doubles. The stiletto, you get this right in between the ribs. It doesn't even, you don't even feel the contact. You know it's in between the ribs, and you cut across. You know you would have stabbed heart. But as you pull the blade out, it just stumbles back a couple of steps, and you can see the white mold on the edge of your blade.
Ew.
As you
Just like
pull
running the
back,
blade
and
along
almost
the
like
fan.
almost like a spore burst of dust just kind of pops out of its side as you pull the blade back. It was not happy, but that's all that you were able to do in the moment. Oh no, I want to repeat that one.
So how many action points
No.
do you have?
I kept my other 2, so I
Okay.
could parry the 2 in front of me.
Makes sense.
All right, so now it is the faithful's turn.
Mm.
So, 3 stand before Sieg. Those 3 shall activate immediately.
Okay.
What first one will hit?
All right.
As-
Harry.
As it's already within arm's reach of you, so it just gropes and pulls at you.
Oh no, that's a miss. How many?
You have 7 fortune
We
right
have
now.
7.
Before me spending to not die.
To not die, I would say yes.
Okay.
You need to get some new dice, man.
You do.
God,
Swap out your dice.
that's
Swap out your
Oh,
dice!
God!
Critical failure.
That's a 99.
Swap out your...
Hmm.
Kevin.
You take 12 peril from that.
12.
12 physical peril from that.
Okay, so that sets me back just 1, thankfully, but that's me doing the 1 skill thing. Okay.
Trying to keep you at that lucky number.
Open poor paper hates me right
You
now.
shouldn't be... Use, like, a notebook. And write down...
My notebook is on its way.
Oh,
It's
yay!
in the mail.
Oh, so now I roll damage.
Yeah.
It did not charge, so it only gets 1d6. So that is 9.
Okay, that takes me to seriously wounded.
Roll a coordination test. Oh, you're seriously wounded.
I am now.
So that's 2d6 on an injury. We have our first player injury,
Oh,
folks.
fuck. Okay, hold on, wait, let me
We
make
have
this
our
coordination test.
First player injury.
That's 36, so that's a success.
So you don't get knocked down, but we're going to
Oh,
find out.
fuck
I have to
me.
go to the game mastery section.
Oh, you said game mastery, and I'm like, I got skills in
I
that!
am.
I also
It's still my section. Thank you.
section.
I'm looking for the.
Guys, can we not be so jokey as I'm taking my first physical terrible injury?
No,
got
this
the
is the best
point.
time to
No,
do
it's a
it.
serious injury. So I need to roll percentiles again.
Oh my god.
Would you like to roll them, or shall I?
I mean,
You might as well roll your own
okay,
injury.
Roll your own
let-
injury.
Let me use the new ones.
Yeah.
My fucking dad just said use different dice. Okay, Dad.
Yes.
Okay, this is a 23. Don't know what that means for injuries.
Well, it was brought up in chat
Okay.
before. Someone mentioned kneecapping. You now have a busted kneecap.
Oh, there's so many little bones in there!
Until fully recuperated, anytime you fail a skill test that relies on brawn or agility, you take 2d10 physical peril.
Ooh!
Oh.
Oh, it's the fear your knee's gonna pop out all the time.
Oh, I was scared about my knees before. Okay, wait.
It drives forward, and in the fray, you take the shield and swing down. You hit its wrists, but it continues to fall forward, and it sinks its talons into your knee. And as you get your shield in between its face, you pull it back, it actually pulls your kneecap away from your knee, and everyone hears this sickening, wet sound as its talons pull back, almost ripping your kneecap from your leg.
You just hear a deep guttural yell, and then you hear some skanza. Some skanza that you don't understand. Of just
As I found, knull is Swedish for fuck.
The more you know.
So, the Skånska word for fuck would be knull. I'll get appropriate pronunciation from our Swedish advisor in chat.
Oh my
I
god.
have a German advisor.
I have Ben Bear for that.
Yep, yep.
Okay, so just to remind me, so
I have cultural
first one.
references from a bunch of different
You fail, though.
natives to those countries. Nola.
I take 2
Was it 2D...
10?
2d10 in peril? What I missed?
I missed.
What?
Buy new dice. Was just a $10 direct donation.
Oh my god.
We're gonna buy you new dice.
Yeah,
tonight
we're gonna
there.
buy some. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe we'll buy some extra dice and do a dice giveaway.
Okay, so when I fail a brawn or agility test, I take 2d10 physical peril
If
damage.
you fail
Fail.
a brawn or agility test,
Yeah.
you
Yes.
have not, but that
Okay.
injury just
Yeah.
happened to you
Okay.
as the cartilage just kind of crunches.
Oh.
So, first player injury.
So, okay, and you said...
It's some of the most fun in this system.
And you said to make a full recovery, so what does that entail?
A doctor has to look at you and fix it and set it, and then you have to wait for like a week.
Oh, hey, look, we good thing we got our doctor friend.
We'll see if you make it back to him.
Yeah. See if he actually waited
So
for us.
now,
Yeah.
that was only the second attack of the faithful.
No.
Mm-hmm.
So the third faithful attacks.
One of them had to make action going forward.
Yeah, that one charged.
Yes,
The-
Dad. Yes, Dad. I know I have Swedish genes. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna spend a misfortune point here to re-roll this attack
Oh, that's right.
because
you
I
can do that.
missed.
Okay, so
I will hit now. That is a 26.
okay, I can still parry. I had the parries. So, but now I'm only at a 65 success rate. Good, that's 29. That's a success.
Good. That was
Alright.
a nice.
That was with
save.
the old
Remember,
dice.
it's,
Alright.
they're
That's with the old
slow,
dice.
so it's a plus 10.
Oh yeah, yeah. Super
They're
16,
slow,
super
so
16.
it is a routine defense.
So wait, did the second one miss? I forget.
The second one was the one that fucked you up.
Okay, was it the first one?
The
I
first
parried
one
the
missed.
First one missed. Second one.
Second one
me
fucked you up.
Third one parried.
Third one you parry.
Got it.
Now the ones currently assaulting Sable. This one will just hit with a 50. It literally rolled its stat.
Ooh.
Okay, so I will parry.
Okay.
Shut up! I fail.
You fail.
Unless I reroll.
I'm
What do we
okay
got?
with you rerolling.
Yeah, go
We
for
got
the
7.
reroll.
I reroll.
Yeah, go for the reroll.
Success.
All right. It moves in, and you're able to. The fan was open, and normally, if somebody grabbed at you with an open hand, you know that you would flip it sideways and cut across their palm, or at least swing to
Hit 'em
cut
with a
across their
hard-
palm. But that's not really going to cut it. So you close it, wrap around its wrist, and throw its hand away, sending it off kilter as it reaches for you. Next. Oh yeah, you spent the fortune because I'm under 5. That gets me back up to 5.
And Arashi just put in some.
Arashi just put
keeping
in
us
another.
alive because we're so close to death.
These
Yeah,
fortune
this is
numbers are going wild tonight. This is the most active our fortune and misfortune
Listen,
has been.
you have boss fight music on. There were double doors and a fog.
The next one attacks and misses. But I'm gonna spend a misfortune point because you guys, by rules, you guys are gonna keep fueling me with these, so it's gonna re-roll its
The
attack.
nature of the beast.
This one will hit with a 13.
Parry. Fail. I
Uh,
reroll.
yeah, give
Alright.
it a reroll.
Fail.
Uh,
Gotta take it.
That gives me misfortune back.
I am currently moderately wounded. Although, I am the most well equipped to avoid death than all of you.
wait, you are? Oh, because you have the extra fate point.
Okay. Now I roll damage. Really? 6 total damage.
So, if
Well,
that's my, oh yeah, 3. So, yeah, that'll take
So
me,
1.
yeah.
It's still bad.
So don't I go up to seriously wounded then?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you're up to seriously wounded. I have to
Hey.
roll 2d6 to see if we have seriously.
Buddy.
Listen.
This is a terrible club to be in.
I rolled an injury.
I will,
Would you like to roll your injury, please?
I will, oh my god. Klug, no, this is not the time! I'll totally spend fortune to fuck my eye up, but I'll roll it.
Roll it.
98.
I don't know what's good or what's bad on this thing. I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a chart or if it's a scale.
Roll again. You're checking for the grievous injury table now.
Oh god, no, that is worse.
Yeah, it is worse. Now we learned something for science. 33. You killed me.
No.
I have a fate point.
No.
Trying to arm myself.
God,
Do I have an extra arm?
It charges forward at you, reaching for your throat. You, in a reaction, you fling the fan up, and it reaches, and its thumb grips just under your ear and tears it in half. Its chunk of flesh in its hand. You now have a detached ear. Until fully recuperated, you cannot hear as you are in pain. You must undergo successful surgery or suffer the consequences. Once a detached ear has undergone a failed surgery, you suffer the cropped ear drawback. Okay, so it doesn't pull the flesh away.
We'll find out later.
It's literally hanging by flesh right now.
I hope it's on the side that you can't see. Please say it's on the side you can't see. There's a lot of veil on this side, and I will tack it slightly this way.
It's on your right ear.
Why would you do that to me? I can't costume that.
Yeah, you can. I have blackface.
Since this is the first time you're dealing with this, you're not going to lose 9% of your perception automatically. But if it's a failed surgery, you might have to have a cropped ear. You might go all fucking Mick Foley on us.
Oh my god. Can I bring a sock to the table as well?
Oh my god, these are really intense and interesting shit. Last activation. Who hasn't activated yet? Anya. Anya, you can't hear, can't see anything other than this. It's...
I'm also in a spell right now.
The only thing you can see are the harsh highlight areas, so you just see geometric shapes of where his flesh is, and the deep set shadows are filled with that starlight blackness, so all you see is the raised surfaces of his face. Everything else is a sea. It's almost as though inky starlight were just peeking through fluid in a pool.
Roll the peril.
You have to... Oh, yes, I have to roll peril for
Started my turn. That's why I waited.
4.
Doesn't meet my threshold.
Okay. Yeah, Paul of Night.
Yeah. No, I'm the best person.
You
I'm the best person to deal with that.
You can see him, but you are in low light conditions, so everything will be a challenging difficulty to start.
I'm gonna look at him squinting slightly and go, I can't hear you! And dispel the... and dispel the orb.
So far, what we've learned is that we have a big issue with not being able to speak and not being able to hear. Like, communication is very important for us.
Yes. Yeah.
Just, I could just imagine just a villain monologuing at you and just, what?
I can't!
His mouth is moving, and I'm like...
Real fucking like Deadpool Spider-Man energy in that moment?
Yeah.
What? Just screaming on think about this. When they're trying to monologue at each other on the surface of the helicarrier while it's flying.
Oh my god.
It's impossible to hear anything. What? I said I've come to end your civilization. What?
Oh.
Richards, you're a doom. Fuck it.
What does a crit success on Dispel Magic do?
Oh.
I rolled a 33.
Ooh.
A crit success on Dispel. This is wild. I'm loving this so much.
Extreme.
This is the type, like, combat's intense. We're not just trading health points back and forth. This shit's intense. Every little thing is hard won gain, hard won ground in this slow moving war.
Oh, the person who is affected by dispel magic suffers 1d10 plus 1 physical peril.
Ooh.
As I
This is a very specific response. So physical peril. Roll the d10. D10 plus 1?
6.
Doesn't meet his peril
Yeah,
threshold.
I figured it's willpower based. This is
Yeah. You know well enough, better than any of us.
But you.
As you dispel it, the starlight fades and just kind of pushes out in a slow moving. It's like that. It's if a fog had rested on a fan from below and somebody turned that fan on and it just kind of spun it and whirled it out in a radial burst. Starlight fading away and you're back in, and now you can see your friends bleeding from several locations. And our turn will begin after the... Oh wait, you still have turn!
Yeah,
Right. Oh my god,
Yeah.
you still have action points. I'm so used to casting taking up a whole turn, and that's kind of what you do. What are your other action points?
I look and go, oh shit! Smack it with my staff.
Alright, roll to hit.
How'd it go on you?
That's a failure unless I can reroll it.
Yeah.
But it's only gonna be a 39
Go.
chance to do it.
You know what? Just go
Yeah,
for it.
just-
No,
just
right?
go for it,
Like
yeah.
I feel like this moment of oh
I
no,
can't see you. I can't hear you. Oh shit, I can see you.
the panic punch is really.
Oh, success!
Yeah. He will parry.
Okay.
Oh,
He's not an underling. Let's see, can he parry?
Panic punch is strong in this household.
What did I equip him with? He does have a staff, so it is defensive. So he does.
Same
have...
thing as me.
Wizard battle.
No, no.
Battle.
This is a wizard slap fight, right?
No, no,
now.
I'm just,
It
this
is.
is no. If
He will
doesn't-
succeed.
Oh,
Aw.
no, if he didn't parry, I'm just. You're just
You hear
out
this-
solo. Listener, where? Smack him with your stick.
Oh my god, they're battling again for supremacy
Oh
of,
no.
Of the fortune.
of the fortune pool.
Oh.
Oh, no.
So, as it drops, you swing up, and his mitre flies off of his head as he brings his staff into contact with yours, and the two of you lock stabs, looking in between at each other in between the cross. You can see his eyes now, and they, in a way, match yours, but to a very different hue. And that is where we are going to take our break, and we are going to give shit away, and we are going to wait till the end of the show. We're at the top.
Alright.
So does cheese.
So, done with your constant meddling with his attempts,
Mhm.
he draws back his right hand, and shimmering darkness starts to form in it. And he's going to cast an incantation test, which
He
he
knows more than
crit succeed,
Oh god.
which means it cannot be dispelled.
Oh good.
Okay.
You can't dispel against crits. It's like counters. It's like parrying and stuff and such.
Mm-hmm. I don't know what the spell is though. So.
As that darkness starts to roil in his hand, he says, "You shall be my pawn, my tool." As he reaches in and grabs your wrist, and spreading across your wrist, black tendrils start to flow through your veins, and feel yourself twitching as you are touched by the Dullahan's curse. That's the name of the spell. It's not actually the Dullahan's curse. Or is it? But a curse is placed upon you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. And also, the thing isn't still a reach because you're still on and full glory.
You now have a special condition.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no. Wait,
Doomed.
do it.
Oh yeah, nope, that's not in there.
Oh no.
No, that's not in there.
You
Alright.
must you must resist a successful coordination test or become doomed. So as he's holding you, you can feel it start to spread. Make a coordination test.
That's a crit fail.
Oh.
It's a 55. I
Okay.
can't even re-roll that.
Well, that just sucks.
Yep, I'm doomed. Literally.
Whenever you are seriously wounded or grievously wounded, you will be forced to make an opportunity attack against one of your allies.
Oh, witch. Oh no.
Okay, but at least
And
you're not
because-
injured.
Because it was a crit fail, a crit success against you, now even if you are taken to death's door, you will attack your allies before you die. He then reels back with his staff to attempt to pummel you with it.
Okay.
Pull up his stat block quick here. Rolling to hit. I rolled a 1. So that will hit.
I will attempt to parry with my last AP.
Those are some whistling
Yeah.
fireworks.
It's a success.
Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
don't touch.
So as you pull,
already
you,
touched.
you pull your wrist back,
Touch.
that mark staying on your flesh. But you're able to get your attention back and throw your staff up in the way as he swings his shepherd's staff down at you.
Hmm.
The symbol of the shepherd being used as a weapon. Blasphemous.
That's a theme.
Okay.
Yep.
It is your activations now.
Uh-huh.
You have 3 on you, right?
I got 3 on me.
Mm-hmm. I have the 2 on me.
Okay.
I got 1.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Although you're not in a sphere of darkness anymore.
Nope.
Um,
I got rid of that.
is there anything I can do to be able to shoot him without taking?
You take opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you tried to maneuver out first.
So if I did 2 to maneuver,
You
It'll
could then
leave you
use
with no
1
AP.
AP to fire your gun.
yeah,
But it'll leave you with no AP to parry.
yeah.
If they turn around and start chasing you.
Unless we spend our fortune. Which we have a pool of 8 right now.
Yes, you do have 8.
And there would be 2 that would chase me.
Mhm.
So at max 2
Potentially.
potentially.
If you... Well, the shield's down. Not paying attention to you. That's the game plan you want to go for? Like,
I'm okay with that.
yeah, I'm okay with it.
It
'cause-
feels like I feel like he has a lot of tusks, right? And they're not intelligent. They're being moved not of their own volition. So
Yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to cast other spells if he was concentrating on something else.
Need a
Mm,
choice.
yep. Okay, we're gonna go to roll. Not like it's gonna hurt my hearing right now, anyway. All right. So she's going to do the 2 AP for a maneuver, trying to back out of the 2 that are engaging her, and then turn around and fire. Not I used to say take aim as if to like the flavor.
Drop her stiletto.
Yeah.
Draw her pistol and fire.
Yeah. Seeing that he's now come so close to Anya in that moment of panic. So it's
Crit fail, you might hit her though, mind you.
Okay, just don't crit fail.
it's just a normal fail right now.
Oh.
I say reroll it.
Yeah, go for the reroll.
Succeed.
It is a
Okay.
gunpowder weapon. I
Yep.
cannot do anything about that.
No.
You hit.
11 damage.
11 damage.
Your shot does 6
Yeah.
by base? Okay. Because I was like, wait, did she roll a 6 and then get
No,
crit?
no, I got a 5. I rolled a
Okay.
5.
The round buries into his robes. You can't see any discernible effect, but you do see him take a step back from the impact. Next activation.
Can we run the thing that has a lock on it?
It's set into the stone.
Okay, thank you. For
That's
the
what you were asking.
Yes,
it is
I
set
was.
into the stone.
I was like, I have no idea. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Did I? No, I still had my 3 points saved. Wait, no, that was me. That was last turn. I'm getting fucked up in the knee. You wanna go?
I can't go. I just went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then
Oh, wait a second. You went. Sable went. Now it's the Faithful's turn.
oh yeah.
So, 3 more make their presence keenly known to Sieg.
Wait, like 3 new ones or
No, three of them that were attacking.
Okay.
I'm going to spend a misfortune point to reroll this attack. That will hit now.
Okay. From last time I had 3 points saved up.
Mhm.
First one missed. Second one really got me. Third one I parried. So I think I have 1 in AP left. Still?
That makes sense.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I will attempt. Stieg will attempt to parry.
That's
But-
including your lightning reflex parry?
Yeah, because the my first action last time was the attack. Then that left me with 2 into the lightning reaction. Tried to parry the second guy, but
Parry twice.
parried twice. Yeah.
So you have a lightning reaction left.
Yeah. But because I have passed the imperiled threshold, so my parry's only 65.
Remember, it's a slow attack.
So it's actually back up.
Yeah.
So,
You succeed.
75, yeah. I rolled a 50.
All right. Claws. Bone talons scrape against your shield as you push back against the charging, grasping, faithful. Next. Attack.
Yay, 2 more.
This one will hit.
I'm gonna spend fortune from the pool to try a parry.
Yeah, we're still at a healthy point.
Okay.
Our points are healthy. We are not.
Oh wait. If it's the exact number, which way does it go?
That's a success.
Okay, I rolled
Okay.
75.
Oh,
Oh,
boy.
That'll do it.
okay.
That will parry.
Alright.
Panicked a little bit, the stress really starting to sink in. You frantically throw your shield in the other direction as the next one lunges forward, almost grasping your neck. Third one will hit with a 36.
I will attempt to parry.
You're going to spend a fortune to parry?
We still go with this. The pool's at 6.
Yeah.
More parrying.
You need to get new dice. You have other
Yeah,
dice.
I know.
there
I had
that
the
you
other ones.
haven't
These, look,
used.
yes, I used them once. That's 21, so that's a success.
Well,
All
use
right.
them more.
Okay, I'll use the new ones more.
Don't get on him for bullshit dice so superstitions. I will not stand for
don't
this.
yell at them when they're actually being good.
They'll hear you.
Hirashi
Oh.
flies to the rescue with 2 more.
Are we sure Arashi's
fortune
not one
points.
of the exalted? Just saying.
One of the seraph.
Yeah, one of the seraph. Do we come through the Arashi hallway? I'm confused now.
Okay. So he's just gonna he like at this point he's like so entrenched with trying to parry all these the followers. What do you call them? The
Faithful.
faithful. He's just gonna call back to the 2 of you, just like find what we're looking for, so we could leave, please.
What?
God damn it. he has not noticed that you are like bleeding from your flopping cut ear.
Fleshy ear. Speaking of which, the 2 surge forward again. You're now defending them off. You've flipped the pistol around, and you're now fending them off with pistol and fan as you back up the stairs. First one will hit as it moves into attack.
Okay. So, using a point, we're going to parry.
Okay.
It's a 68. I need a 65.
They're slow.
Oh, then I'm good.
Oh,
Okay.
we gotta remember that they're slow. It really will help.
There's a lot.
our hearts.
That is something I need to get better at doing. When there's additional
Remembering traits.
environmental things that change, yeah.
They do a lot of the work gets done ahead of time in your stat block.
Yeah.
But there are small adjustments.
And I
that
write
you make.
myself notes like if I use the stiletto, they have a -10 to parry, and yeah.
If these things parry.
Yeah, if they parry. Obviously not right now. It doesn't
The
matter.
next one will crit fail. I cannot re-roll that. So it doesn't take peril though.
That's fine. It also didn't hit me, so okay with this.
So the first one comes in and you can hear the sound of your wheel lock kind of rattling as you smack away his hands. The other one lunging forward, but as you hit him, it kind of moved him into the way of the other one, and the other one kind of stumbles forward and like moves up the steps a couple of steps the same way a child runs up the stairs on all fours for a moment before standing to reach for you. Not getting a proper attack in. Now, last activation is Seek.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. He's going to take another stab at it, literally, with his spear at the one that he did damage to from before.
Mm-hmm.
So that'd be the one that he pushed back, but then came back forward, right? Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right, come on. That is a 57, so that will succeed.
All right, they can't parry, so
Yeah.
roll that. 1d6 to fury die.
Oh. Okay, that'll be 13 damage.
That will get it down another hit, which means that it is at seriously wounded. So 2d6.
All right.
One of them if one of them's a 6.
Yep. Ah, dang it. 4 and a 5.
All right.
He's still standing.
Once more, you thrust, and it jabs in like you're stabbing a scarecrow. There's that puncture there's that slight resistance from the fabric, and then just the hollow crunch of bone and desiccation as you draw your spear back. All right.
Well, that was, okay.
What are you doing? Are you doing anything else?
You want me to try, like,
What's your thought?
if I try getting to you to help you get cover so then you can assist Anya? I can...
He's about to take a couple magic missiles to the face, so...
Right now, I just need to get to that lockbox.
Yeah.
But I can't disengage because there's still the 2 on me.
Well, I did the one action for attack. I could maneuver to get to you.
But that would leave you with... If you maneuvered, you would get to engagement
With the other 2.
with the other 2 that are currently with Sable.
And then that would only give me 1 action point left to try to parry.
Yeah.
So... So I just try to keep...
I mean, 1 action point to parry is not the end of the world.
Yeah. If the other 3 try to... or at least the other 2, because the other one has to make an extra one because it got pushed back again. Would the other 2 be able to make it up to where the 2 that are engaged with Sable right now within a turn? And probably. I'm going to assume they probably could.
It's because you have reach that would allow you to be able to be within that distance.
Oh, because the spear.
Fight the spear. Alright. I'm going to do the thing. I'm going to spend 2 action points and try to... Seeger's going to try to maneuver his way up to the stairs by Sable, trying to duck and weave his way.
Okay.
Just like they duck and weaved past Sieg, he's like...
They didn't really duck and weave. They just kind of walked around you because you were currently getting harassed by 3 others.
From his perspective, they ducked and weaved him.
As he will tell the tale later in taverns, they ducked and they weaved.
So yeah, I will get into the engagement with those two next to Sable. He's gonna look up and just sees the blood dripping down. Like, oh, you look wonderful. Just let's get what we gotta get and get the fuck out of here.
And
Okay.
Points at the altar.
top
Yeah.
of the initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Now that you have been cursed.
Ooh.
Okay, well that's all. Well, it's only gonna be bad if you start taking damage. Just don't get hurt.
Just
My
don't
damage
get hurt.
threshold is 3.
Just don't get hurt.
3.
Yeah.
Mage armor?
I need to spend my turn to be able to cast it, and then I can't do anything offensive.
He holds up his hand, and you notice that he turns a ring around to the inside and rubs a red stone as a form of haze starts to grow in his hand, as the distortion in reality starts to grow as he throws force directly into you.
No parrying that.
I'm gonna roll misfortune point 2.
Well, there's
Reroll
that damage
this.
thing you said not to happen.
Shit. Before he can release it, his hand just kind of... It the power doesn't coalesce into his hand. And there's a moment of hesitation in his eye. But then he just shakes it off and swings with his staff.
Oh, the exalted, they frown upon you, sir.
That'll miss too. God damn it! Save those misfortune points or possibilities. He missed. He's gonna reserve 1 AP. As he seems to become more frustrated. His patience waning thin. You have fresh activations for the 3 of you. Who wants to activate first? You have 2 in a row.
Panic.
Got 2 in a row. If I got the 1.
I mean, if they are they engaged with Sieg now, the 2 that I was engaged with?
We're now in a shared engagement.
You're kind of strung out because of your reach factor.
You're engaged with them, they're not engaged with you.
Oh.
And you're not engaged with Sable yet.
Oh. Okay.
It's a long engagement,
Yeah.
but you have the ability to reach out and engage with them. You're not next to Sable yet.
Okay. I see now.
She did a little bit more moving than just one maneuver
Yeah,
to
so
get closer.
you would have to move before I can then move out to try and get to the lockbox.
Okay. Alright, so you want me to try to...
But you maneuvered back already once. So the 3 of them in front of you, you are engaged with them. They are not engaged with you. So you could charge the 2 that are currently engaged with Sable without drawing opportunity attacks.
That sounds like a good plan. So...
Because you stabbed and maneuvered.
Yes. So, okay. Seems like a good
Yeah.
plan. Alright, yeah, then,
We're trying a lot of new things
Yeah.
in combat today,
yeah.
and I'm
The
delighted by
spear
that.
is getting work done. Yeah, so Sieg's gonna charge up and try to just stab one from the back and try to do that.
Gonna give that a go?
I think you should give it a go.
Alright, then I will give this a go. You spun for so long in there. Wanna use a fortune to try to reroll this.
We're at 7 right now, right?
Yes,
No, it's not.
and-
Yeah, that's
yeah.
7. I was like 7 or 2. I can't. My eyes.
Oh, fuck off.
So it's just Kevin that's cursed.
Okay. That's
I was
fair.
using the different dice.
Yep, no, it's just
We
you then.
need to test.
That's fair. That was
So
like me
so
last
you
week.
charge to attack?
I charged to attack.
No, okay, wait. Did you hustle, so you move 1 and then attack, or did you charge? Because if you charge, that's 2 AP, you get a bonus fury die. We're gonna say you just maneuvered, or you not maneuvered. You just hustled
Okay.
the 1 AP movement
Mm-hmm.
instead of saying you charged.
Okay. So, yeah.
Because charge is an actual
Yeah.
extra AP. It moves you 2, and you get bonus fury dice for attacking when you do.
But it costs 2. So
it costs
you
2.
did the one that only cost 1, you would have more.
I'm assuming you're doing the more defensive option.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Right, so you moved and attacked and
miss.
So as you charge forward, you stabbed in, but you're not real. The elevation kind of threw you off. So stabbing downward, you kind of miss its leg, and you can hear the spear clang off of the stone steps leading up to the altar.
Okay.
Next activation. Who wishes to activate?
But at least now we're in the shared engagement.
You should go replenish your AP.
Yeah.
So I can... Alright, so for me to be able to get to that lockbox, do I need to do the maneuver? Or would I need to...
If you weren't going to take... You would have to do at least a hustle
Okay.
to get to the lockbox.
Yeah. Okay. And then... Alright, so she's gonna try and make her close the distance between herself and Lady Phalamid. And get to that lockbox.
Okay. Are you going to maneuver to do so? Or are you going to just rush?
I'm in the engagement range now, so I can do the parries.
They will
you.
opportunity attack.
Remember, he won't have parries against them when they attack him.
But if you're worried about taking hits, I can do it. Unless you want to maneuver.
Well, if I do hustle, I'll still have 2 AP. I wouldn't be able
When
to
you
do
get there, which then you could use, because then you would be engaged with the cardinal as well, or the listener, because I've already called him that.
Even though I haven't attacked him yet, if I'm like sliding in behind to be like, nah, nah, nah.
Yeah, but remember you dropped your stiletto. You have a club in your hand essentially, which
Yeah.
is the pistol flipped around.
That's right, that's on the stairs.
But you can also do other perilous stunts like knock down
I could, yeah.
Or
or
disarm.
take down. You could disarm. Dirty tricks.
Even with,
You could take aim and then dirty tricks combo.
even though it's not loaded.
You're swinging it like a club,
Yeah.
but you still have your fan.
Okay.
That's
yeah.
where it comes from.
Okay, by that logic, that still works. Okay.
Heh. Nice.
I appreciate this.
Nice. So,
Sorry, my brain just derped.
hustle to get away.
Yeah.
And then are you going to attack by doing take aim and then...
Yeah, it only costs 1 for me to do take aim. And then he can't parry.
Yeah.
Okay. I will do that.
Okay. So
Alright, I have to make 2 opportunity attacks.
Yeah.
First one will hit.
I'm gonna try to parry for you. That's a 25. That's a success.
Alright, so it starts to lunge forward and you're able to get the spear into the in front of it. The second one will hit as well. You have the lightning reaction to parry with it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to parry this one too. Ooh, no, that's a 92. I want to spend the fortune to re-roll this. You don't take damage. Oh, fuck off!
Jesus.
Why did I go back to these dice? Damn it! That's a
I
97.
didn't. Alright. Though I announced that I was going to the hit him, I was running.
You didn't have to. No. You can use a. You can parry right now.
Alright. Yeah, that'll succeed.
Okay. The first one, spear goes out, blocks the advance. The second one, lunging forward with a flourish of the fan, you're able to knock the hands aside as you run up the stairs. You now have 1 AP once you get to the top of the stairs. You can just do dirty tricks by itself at that point.
It's not like with 1 AP I can try and unlock the box, right? That would be a full 3 AP.
Yes.
Okay. They'll just do the dirty tricks.
Sorry, I'm everybody has to kind of realize that I'm doing like production and the storytelling at the same time, so I'm gonna miss some fortune stuff occasionally here and there. Give me a break. I know it so I'll adjust it when I can. Okay. Dirty tricks?
Yeah.
Did you roll to... Oh, wait.
I don't.
You don't even have to roll. I have to roll...
Resist.
I have to roll resistance. Which is a... What kind of roll?
Awareness.
That's right, to get your hands up in front of your eyes. There he is. Does he have awareness? No! Because that would have been a good idea.
I mean, we just... You know the
Fail.
darkness of his eyes.
Neither do I, so.
Alright,
Makes sense.
so...
Blinded.
Blinded right now.
I always think that means he can't, like, see, but no. It's just... parries. I love those things. They're so cute.
He is...
So-
He is his own.
As you... Yeah, I have a whole sheet here that I'm just keeping an eye on.
Okay.
I mean, you showed chat, and they're cute, so...
I don't know how
Good
in focus
success.
that would have been. It's the thought that counts.
Yeah.
Brandishing your fan and catching some of the light from the candles. A streak of brightness just goes across his eyes, and he reels back for a second. Blinded for the turn. All right. Now it is the Faithful's turn. The two that were on, that were stopped from attacking, parried,
Mm-hmm.
leave, and move towards attacking Sable, going to support the listener. You do get to make opportunity attacks against each.
Hey.
Free things.
Those are free.
Yeah. Fuck. First one's a 74. Can I spend a fortune?
I mean, you got 7 in the pool right now.
I go for it considering how many.
Chat's generosity has been fueling us through this.
We'll say Arashi.
Arashi
Yeah.
has been feeling you today.
That's 52,
Alright.
so that's a success. I don't know why I'm using the old dice again.
They can't parry, so it's a d6.
Alright.
Roll your damage.
Oh,
Aw,
boo, that's
boo.
a 1. So 11 damage.
That's still enough.
Yeah.
And this was on one that was already hurt.
Ooh.
So, keeping that fortune at a very firm point.
Oh my god.
Number of ads you probably watch. So,
So, at what level?
seriously, 2.
Okay.
Roll 2d6 for injury. 2 chaos dice.
Ah, dang it. Nothing.
No. All right.
It's a grand total of 6.
Well,
Right?
Let me double check and see if you can continue running after you get hit by an opportunity attack. I just want to double check and make sure that it's not like the whole Sentinel rule in
Okay,
another
yeah.
game.
My all-time favorite feat you made?
That's pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll for the next one to see if I hit it
All
while
right.
you're doing that.
Uh,
Come on.
your foe cannot. Ooh.
Mhm.
All right. Next time, you can't counterspell, dodge, or parry those attacks. But because you were able to parry for her, I'll let it slide. Opportunity attacks can't be parried against.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
You cannot make opportunity.
Oh my god. No!
Klug is helping. Okay.
Misuse of Annie!
Alright,
All right, they get to keep running, so it's going to
Okay.
keep running towards you.
I'm gonna try to re-roll
Jesus.
for the second.
Are you by my blade, by any chance?
I'm in the engagement range of where your blade might be.
Yeah.
I would.
It
Those
would
probably
cost him
need
AP to
Yeah.
pick
pick it up.
too.
Okay, so again.
No.
40,
Oh, yeah.
Yes, 49. That will hits
All right,
for this other opportunity attack.
roll damage.
Oh,
Oh,
boo.
yeah.
That's a 2, so 12 damage.
Their damage threshold. Yep, nope, that's 1 damage. So this is a new one.
Mm.
So it only gets 1.
I still get to make a 1 check. Is that what? Lightly and moderately wounded?
No. Lightly wounded.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You don't cause injuries at lightly wounded.
Yep. Okay. Well, Sig did his
Yup.
So he did a stab.
did some stabbing. Now they're on
But
top of you.
they're gonna get into try and attack Sable. Miss. Can't re-roll that. Can't take peril. Crit fail.
Ooh.
Next one will hit.
Okay. So I'll have to use AP from Fortune.
Fortune AP.
For the parry attempts.
Yeah. Success.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Nakite bringing up a very good point. You can always spend a fortune point to nat 6
Oh.
a die
Okay.
that
Shit.
counts for explosions.
Oh my god. That's really good on you considering
Well,
you get 5s as well.
on the damage fury dice, not the
On the
So
fury
not
die.
chaos dice.
not on the chaos
So
dice.
fury
okay.
dice always explode on a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Good to
Yeah.
know.
But for him it's
And
a
you can
5
spend
out
a
of
fortune to
6.
make it a 6, which means it explodes, which means you roll it again. So you
Mm.
basically give yourself a 6 and a reroll by just spending a fury die.
Okay.
Spending a
Fortune point.
fortune point. So,
That's important knowledge. I'm writing that down.
Yeah. Check note.
favorite fortune point expenditure.
Mm.
The other 3 are going to attack Sieg.
Mm.
That is a miss. I will re-roll it with misfortune
I don't know unless I'm spending them.
because Klug has been super fucking. These dice are getting changed. So the first one misses from
Honey.
group 2.
Do you need more dice?
Second one misses. Third one will hit.
I will spend. We cool with me spending the fortune pool?
We're
For the
still,
AP?
Yeah. We got 7.
You're down to 6.
We're down to 6.
All right, I'm gonna spend
At the level of wounded.
fortunes. Have an action point to attempt to parry. That is a 32, so that's a success.
Okay. All 3 of them lunging forward. Sieg batting them away with a shield, just shoving them back, using every bit of defensive knowledge he has. So he's being swarmed by these shambling faithful in repose. Well, not really anymore, but... So, last activation. Who hasn't gone this turn? Anya's turn. What is Anya doing?
Well, I'm gonna coalesce the same rippling pattern in the air around my hand as I will use up a rubedo and cast
All right.
magic missile at the listener right in front of me.
A shot at the listener of the spheres.
We've
Longer
unlocked-
name now.
We've
Longer
unlocked
name,
a longer
guys.
name, the listener of the sphere.
Well, I did say he did tell her that she needed to listen to them. So
Yeah.
I feel
Yep.
like that that can be drawn.
It's a 15, that's a success.
That'll succeed. Cannot counterspell this. Cannot dodge this.
He's also
Roll.
blind.
Yeah. So roll Damahes.
11.
Faithful.
Listener of the spheres. An 11.
11.
That'll do 1.
Mm.
Taking him to moderately wounded,
Oh.
but
Oh,
magic
because
missile
it's
doesn't
magic.
cause injuries.
And then I'm gonna smack him with my staff.
That might.
Yeah.
15, not a 55. Oh, no. The 11 was on damage. That's
I
not a
failed.
crit success.
You want to re-roll?
No, we use a lot of fortune. I'm gonna be good.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So saying use of fortune is bad.
No, I'd rather save it for you guys when you're
Okay.
critically injured.
All right.
Okay. Top of the initiative. Let's see.
Is he still blinded, right?
If I still have the thing on my hand, it's not constant. Do I still have inky black veins on my arm?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't counterspell that.
With frustration in his eyes. Somebody keeps doing everything they can to make sure you're at 7. Remember, you gotta put which one it is. I know which one you mean for it. But you gotta put which one it is whenever you cheer it.
Fortune for us, misfortune
All right.
for them.
So, casting. That one definitely succeeds now.
Oh, what is he doing now?
That's fine.
He rolls another ring back into the palm of his hand, rubs it, draining the red from the ring as that haze forms up, and he releases it into you, causing 5 plus willpower bonus. His willpower bonus is doing 11 damage.
Okay.
I roll a physical.
Physical
it's
damage.
physical.
This is damage.
Oh no!
So
this-
that
I am
she'll
at...
attack me, I think.
No, I am at moderately. I need to be at seriously and
Okay.
grievously in order to hit you with doomed.
You feel the urge to strike out. And as he released that, his hands kind of twirled for a second as he gripped his staff once more and jabs it in your direction.
Oh no!
I hate to roll a wound or an injury.
Give us
Magic
Oh,
missile
that's
doesn't
right.
cause
Magic missile
injuries.
doesn't cause injuries. That's good.
spell end away.
He will hit with the thwack, though.
Okay, I like to parry.
All right.
Please try to parry.
Please. I succeed.
All right.
Whew.
Again, staffs meet, and the clang of hardened wood on hardened wood is heard, resounding throughout the chamber. Ooh. Every hit could possibly not be a hit. There's a
Yeah.
constant edge of your seat kind of feel to this system, as compared to, I've done another 26 damage. The damage sponge is still standing.
As the damage sponge, I do not apologize.
All right. It is your activations as he is now. He was no longer blinded.
Take up as many of the things as you can.
Hmm.
Quick clarification question. So the original 3 that I was fighting, did they? No, the two went up to you, and then the 3 went up to me. So I'm still 3. You're still 2.
Yeah.
Okay, never
Mhm.
mind. Good.
By the way, he's actually no, he's blinded until your turn, but he can try to make attacks and such, but he cannot dodge, parry, or
Use counters.
counterspell in this state. All right.
I can also do this to him.
I don't know what you're pointing at from here.
Takedown.
That's if you charged. You'd have to charge him.
Mm-mm.
No, that's you do the test if you charge. Bonus.
Yeah, you can use takedown with the
So you-
coordination, but if
yeah.
you charge, you
I
make it
also
with
did it as an
athletics.
ability with from my sheet.
Mm.
I can do takedown or stunning blow.
So there was no
Yeah, it would be the difference.
indication of what.
It would be the difference between whether you're using your brawl or your agility. For me, they're both the same. So
Yeah.
moot point for me.
Also, you do have 2
Activations.
faithful on you still.
There, yeah, there's-
Remember, they chased you up there.
That's right. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Who's activating?
One of you guys can go. Both of you guys can go.
All right, then Sieg will because you mentioned it, like, does Sieg, while having his eyes on the 3 of them, does he see Stable's rapier on the
Yeah,
floor?
stiletto.
Stiletto?
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
nearby
out
on
of
the
reach.
stairs?
You'd have to spend an AP, and then if you were gonna throw it up there, it would be another. It would be
Yeah.
like, basically, I'd allow it for 1 AP to grab it and throw it up there, but she'd still have to try and use an AP to pick it up.
Okay. Just want to know where things are at. Then he'll start off with another stab into the one that really is taking a lot of big old punctures with this with this spear. Ah, dang it. Gonna spend a fortune to re-roll that. That was a 74. Yeah. 46. That's a
What's
hit.
your normal to hit?
My normal to hit is a 65.
Oh no, wait, that's when they attack.
Yeah, that's for when they're hitting. That's
Right,
their
right,
slow
right,
thing.
right.
So yeah.
Okay, so now you hit.
Now I hit 46. So roll damage die. That's a 3. So that's gonna be 13 damage.
That will be.
I think this one's pretty maybe dead.
So this one is at seriously wounded. It is now grievously wounded. Roll 3d6.
Come on, you bastard. That's a 6.
All right. Boom, it's out.
So that gives me 2 action points of lightning reaction left.
Didn't even stab. Swung the spear. The tip drilling into the side of its head and actually gouging out this entire portion of its face as it pulled away. The mummified flesh just becoming dust in the air.
Okay,
As it falls back to the ground.
you want me to try to get up to you so then I can help cover those two, or just...
I mean, it might be good, but at the same time...
Or do you think I should try making my way over to you so then you don't get hurt and then try to end up hitting one of us?
You guys don't. I would rather take out so we don't get entirely swarmed here at the altar.
Okay, yeah.
Because that completely reduces our mobility if we're completely surrounded.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'd continue taking out those smaller ones. Even then, if you wanted, next time I will shoot out of this engagement and magic missile one of the other ones.
Okay. Then,
I'd rather us all be facing the big bad than anything else.
then
I just raced out here thinking that I could get to what we need and we could go,
Yeah.
but it's locked and it took forever for us to be able to get everyone here.
Unfortunately, yeah. Alright, then Sig's just gonna hold fast against the two in front of him then.
Okay.
And so...
Now it is the faithful's turn.
Wait, I thought we got... Did we get 2 activations?
Yeah, I thought... Wait.
Yeah, I thought we had 2 activations.
Yeah.
Because he went, we had 2 activations in the Faithful.
Okay, I thought
that was
one
it.
of you had already gone first.
Nope, I was
Okay.
the first one to go.
You know what? You had said either of you could activate.
Yeah, we had one of those fishing back and forth like, I don't know, do you want to go? Do I want to go? I don't know.
All right,
Yeah,
so
Moments.
But yeah, so now Sable's up.
Yeah, right now, unless there's no way for me to... I mean, if I use maneuver, which avoids opportunity attacks, that's 2 AP, I can get closer in, and then, use a perilous stunt to try and attack the listener.
I can't see what one you're
Takedown?
Hmm.
Does that cost only 1?
you're gonna maneuver?
Well, is it maneuver is the thing that you avoid opportunity attacks?
Yeah,
Yeah,
but you
engagement,
had.
though.
I'd said you had gotten up to engagement. You were that close. I
Okay.
said you when you ran up there, you were engaged.
So
Okay.
You're in
Okay,
engagement
cool.
range,
Yeah,
okay.
she'll then I'm gonna try and do the
Takedown?
a coordination test for a takedown
All right.
and see if I can try and
Knock
throw
down.
him off his
So
shit.
you
Yeah.
so you don't even have to use maneuver. You're gonna take down first,
Yeah.
and then you still have an action on top of that.
Yeah.
Go for it.
2 actions.
So it's ability. Yeah, I don't get coordination. Nope.
Try to spend fortune for the reroll.
I mean, it's a rough one. It's a 42 to do this.
Possible.
No, not. But up to you guys.
I mean, if he gets knocked
I'd
prone,
rather you guys keep yourself safe with how many injuries you guys have taken.
Well, I don't know if there's really safe in this case anymore.
safer if he's prone, though. So.
Yeah, so
Okay.
try to make him prone then. So we spend another.
Critical success.
Oh.
That's why we keep trying.
All right, takedown.
And attacks get one extra 1d6 fury.
They're
die.
prone. Anybody attacking them get a plus 1d6 fury die until they get up.
Okay, so
Okay.
I still have AP.
So sweeping low, your skirts swirling out around you. You're able to hook the fan into a knee, and it pulls him so that he drops to a knee and his hands drop to the ground. His step, so he's not like flat on the ground, but he's on all fours essentially as you pulled him, knocked his balance out from under him. You can attack now if you want.
Yeah, so with the butt of her pistol, she's gonna start trying bludgeoning him.
All right, so let me pull up quickly.
There is a slight look of unnerving joy on her face the second he got on his hands and knees. That level of like, oh no.
So a cudgel, it's powerful but weak.
Okay.
So that means you can't cause anything beyond. You can't cause anything beyond serious. Like you can cause a moderate wound, but no serious or grievous wounds.
Okay.
And the powerful means you can push him back a bit.
Powerful means you can knock him back 5 feet.
So you could knock him out of engagement range with you.
But he's on the ground right now.
Yeah,
on
he's
the
prone
ground,
right
yeah.
now, so yeah. Okay, so just
Simple melee.
yes. And then you're here, 65.
Wait, what?
I would fail. I need a 65 to hit. That's why.
She has Kith band.
Yeah.
Oh, with
Bonus.
Anya, okay.
I mean, if we use one to try and hit, it means we would do an extra d6 of.
So you cause 2d6 plus your damage
2d6.
rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, spend a fortune, go for it.
Which, by the way, the damage of said cudgel.
Success. I hate that feeling, that panic. Please don't
So
fail.
you're just causing your combat bonus and damage right now.
Okay. So that's +5. So it's a 1d6 plus my 5.
Jeez. Arashi doesn't want you to go past 7 for too long. Jeez, Arashi. Yeah, it's 2d6 plus your combat bonus for damage when you're using your pistol as a cudgel.
11.
It's not bad.
He's prone.
He's prone.
Prone.
I just double check his. Oof, so close. But it still causes 1.
It's not like we could use fortune to get another turn. I can't turn this into a 6.
But now he is seriously wounded.
Okay.
But because it is a weak weapon, it cannot cause the injury.
Yes.
So.
Okay.
Now it is the Faithful's turn. Unless you're going to do anything else with your final AP.
No.
Okay. So. One Faithful that is next to Sable will attack. Wait, that's right. You know, it doesn't specifically say, it just says you can't cause serious or grievous wounds. That doesn't say that if you get to that. You know what? I'm going to put that in the Discord later. I'm going to rule it like this, though. It is a weak weapon, so it says that it cannot cause serious or grievous wounds. But I feel like that if you hit somebody into those wounding layers, that you still would only cause moderate wounds. So you would roll on that table should you cause that wound. So, I will allow you to roll injury, but it will only be for a moderate wound. That isn't explicitly said in the rules, I don't believe. I will have to double check.
Yeah, for clarity.
I'm gonna post it up into their Discord and ask that question. Unless he can hear me in the ether. Daniel Fox, I call out to you. If you want to give me a spot rules clarification there.
Exalted One, are you there?
Yeah. Quick, get a mirror. We gotta say it 3 times. All right, so 1d6 to check for the injury.
No.
Well, it's a
1d6.
Yeah.
No, well, he's seriously wounded, so it's 2d6. But I would roll on the
Moderate.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you still
okay,
roll the
you
2.
still roll the
Yeah.
2. Okay. Nope. Listen, still needed to know for science. All that.
All right. He said it 3 times. If he doesn't show up after 3 times, he's not at the mirror right now. All right. So, next is... Oh, I don't want Lullaby from Margot. That's just too creepy.
I didn't know
Yeah.
we could get too creepy.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Is that how this works here?
Lullaby from Margot is very creepy.
We're adults.
All right.
We can handle it.
That one misses. I'm going to spend Misfortune. Try and hit Sable.
Huh.
Again.
I'm very popular.
I will still miss. Damn it. They have very low... Their stats are not exactly
They're not
great.
trained
They're underlings.
soldiers. Yeah.
And they're swarming us, so I mean...
That's their strength.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Next.
Like peasants with mob mentality.
Mm.
Rolls a 50 as it attacks Anya, because it is engaged
It is
in that
engaged
fight
in
now.
that fight.
So it will be a 50 to hit Anya.
Does that succeed?
Yes, it does.
Okay, I was just like, I don't know what their stat is.
It's
You said 50 to
just at
hit.
its stat.
All right. So I will have to use a point of fortune to parry. I think, yeah, because. No.
Nope, you still have an AP left.
I still have an AP left. Okay. I'm not used to that.
And it was very regular that most
I
pistol...
succeed.
Ooh. All right, so staff comes back,
21. I have to roll a 49.
and you end up jamming it in the hip as it goes to strike at you, knocking it off balance slightly as it kind of gropes at air. By the way, it was very commonplace that pistol grips would be extra reinforced so that it could be used as a weapon. It was very common that you would use it as a club once you had expended the shot if you didn't have another pistol in your brace ready to go. So the last pistol you use, you'd flip that around and use it as a club.
The musketeers have taught me
Yeah,
a great
those-
many things. Also, never underestimate barrels.
Barrels.
Yes.
That was our great failings.
great
We didn't
weapon.
bring any barrels with us today.
No barrels. You
Yeah.
would have done great if you'd brought barrels.
Or
Especially if they're
sacks.
filled with gunpowder.
Or grain.
Grain.
We've been watching a lot of Musketeers, in case
One
you
of
haven't
them
noticed.
will hit Sieg. I rolled a 5.
Okay. Wait, when I have my 3... Yeah, I can roll parry. Parry. That's 24. Success.
Okay, the next one will
2 AP left.
attempt to charge in as the first one is deflected away by your shield. The next one will miss. I will spend a misfortune point because Klug has been very generous and said he wanted to see rolls.
Of course, yeah.
73 will miss.
I feel like if Klug's on Discord, we should give them the official antagonist title.
Another
yeah,
one,
one of those titles.
swing.
No,
We can make
we can
one.
make one.
Klug, get on our Discord.
We'll give you an official
Exclamation
title.
point Discord.
Master,
We're gonna give
Master
you
of Misfortune.
Master of Misfortune or antagonist. Make your choice.
Wait, no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spend
Wait,
another one.
if
I'm
he-
down to
Wait, no. If he's the Master of Misfortune,
one
that
hits.
means he's mom.
This one hits.
But
Focus.
Sorry.
Focus on the game.
One of them hit.
One of the last one will hit.
Okay, I will roll to parry again. That's a 26, so that's another success. I got 1 AP left.
So Sieg does everything he can defensively, forming up, holding his spear as a long defensive piece in his right hand, his shield in the other, creating an A-frame from which to defend from, holding back the swings and swipes. There's the speed of their swipes being so slow in their just deteriorating forms, giving him that slight advantage to holding them back. All right. Final activation.
That'd be me, right? Yes. I think.
That repeat 1. This one sounds fun.
Listener is still knocked prone.
Yeah, so he suffers an additional 1d6 fury damage.
Yeah, he's still on the ground. I'll let you think
What
about that. I gotta
happens
run
if-
upstairs.
I magic into a prone guy.
You do not roll fury dice when
Well,
you
I
cast
know,
magic.
but I didn't know if it affected it at all, like it does in other systems.
Like I said, it does not add. It
Yeah.
adds a fury die, but
Okay.
you don't roll fury die when you roll damage
Yeah.
For magical attacks.
for magical attacks.
No, so I'll probably.
So if you thwack them.
I will thwack,
Yeah.
hopefully successfully. 'Cause
Yeah.
thwacking makes me. I need to roll under a 39. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so right now the listener is seriously wounded, I believe. Was he seriously wounded?
No, that was one of the.
No, yeah, I think he's moderately. No, he is
Lightly.
seriously wounded. I did moderate injuries.
The attempt at
Yes,
a moderate
he
injury.
is seriously. We don't need to kill everyone here. We just need what's in that lockbox. If there's any way
Yeah,
for me to try and
and
get that shit out,
As
we can
long as
then
I'm
run.
not the one dealing the last amount of damage, you can consider him taken out, not slain. As long as I'm not the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I feel like at this point, I have the sneaking suspicion that if we do get him out, hopefully the rest of these guys will just sort of stop what they're
And hopefully
doing.
whatever's controlling me will disperse.
Yeah, we don't want the black veiny hand magic to start
Second series in a row.
telling you
let's
to
go.
kill us.
Except this time I was not like Najia who resisted the curse of the necromancer. Remember that big fight? That was fun. Not really. With the circle of death.
Oh yeah.
So how many of the faithful do we still have?
There's
Five?
Yeah, there's still 5.
I don't have my blade on me, so I can't do much.
Unless
I could do. It takes 3 AP for me to reload the pistol. Otherwise, it's just got to be bludgeoning.
I mean, you could also spend a fortune to get an extra thing of AP if you want to. Spend the 3 points
Yeah.
on the reload and then the extra one
To shoot.
on the actual shoot.
Yeah.
I feel like at this point that is
All right.
might be worth it because I feel like we want to end it as quickly as possible for our own health and well-being.
So standing above him,
Okay.
I'm going to magic missile him.
Oh, all right. Spend the rubedo.
Going into my cute little bag. Once I can untie it, because I was apparently an idiot and very nervous before. That is a
Spencer Dan,
success.
Ooh, a success. All right. Can't do anything about the magic missiles.
Nope.
And by the way, if you're looking to cheer, you need to make sure that the cheer and the amount you're cheering is one thing, no space in between them.
So that's 11.
11
I rolled a 4.
will be another wound on him.
But it doesn't cause injury, so
Yeah.
he
So
should
he
be.
is now he's grievously wounded.
I'm learning that my magic doesn't kill people, or like it kills people.
I was
doesn't
like,
knock them unconscious. So I'm gonna try and be like, she's still up. Whack!
All right.
Hit him
Okay.
with the stick again, or attempt to. Oh my god, I'd succeed.
Yeah!
I rolled a 4.
Yeah! And you do
Ow.
the extra d6 now.
Do the extra d6.
Extra D6
Oh.
fury die.
He's
Hmm?
prone.
Prone doesn't stop you from being able to.
You can still technically try to parry.
He can still parry.
Okay,
First one was because of magic.
Yeah.
that's right.
He's not blinded right now.
I will spend a misfortune. That'll defend it.
Okay.
Oh. Oh!
Orin, we expected this from Clue, but not from you, Orin.
He parried. Oof.
Did you mean the horde as in Klug is the entire horde?
No, I think the horde is in Conry.
Yeah.
Conry is the horde.
Hey!
For
I'm
the
not a
horde,
ho-
I mean
well,
the GM.
I mean, I would.
Yeah, right? Honestly, though.
If there was any fucking desire for that. Not that there is.
Wow, that sounded extra sad because you were breathing into the cup.
Yeah,
but
it
it
got
just
like a
sounded very
weird-
Eeyore. Not that
For the
there
horde.
is.
So he parried.
He
While
parried.
prone.
That's it. I'm good.
Okay. He will stand up
Yeah, she-
because it is the top of the round.
Yeah,
And
you also
then-
went to go look and see how much
Ooh.
AP that cost, right?
no, okay.
And then I will activate one of his abilities. a trait that he has.
Got so many abilities.
He also
Lick.
does so many stuff.
No, he doesn't really. He's got spells.
Yeah.
He's got 2 traits though. One of them is Scar of the Flesh, which increases his damage threshold without messing with his
Magic.
armor. The other is Lick Your Wounds. I'm going to spend a misfortune point. And move him up the track by 3 steps.
What?
3.
3 for 1 fortune?
Yep.
That puts him all the way back to lightly wounded.
You could also, by the way, take your laudanum.
Yeah, or like
Can
throw
I
it at
get-
my face and I'll open my
As
mouth.
as an AP, it would be 1 AP to use the laudanum.
Okay.
He stands back up. You can see the cuts and breaks in his skin just start to kind of close with this almost white and blue cigarette burn like effect as it seals back shut. He looks you in the eye. You will do my bidding. He's going to try to magic missile again as he rolls his middle finger ring into the center. The magic missile.
I thought he was just pointing his middle finger at Anya.
That'll succeed.
Oh no. Oh no.
He will do!
This is bad.
This is definitely bad.
This is bad.
You know, like if he didn't have the heal, I would still feel
7.
better. But now with the heal, I feel
I
really
rolled a
not great.
fucking 1.
I'm still seriously wounded.
Please make an attack.
Uh-huh. Who am I attacking?
There's only one person you can attack. You are attacking
Am I doing it with magic or am I doing it physically?
physically.
Like a
Physically, you can't.
The only attack I have would.
It's basically an
up my-
opportunity attack.
Okay.
It's so it doesn't use AP. It's an opportunity attack against Sable.
I can't hear any of this either.
I fail.
oh.
God, thank God you're a little wet noodle. I've never loved wet noodles so much in
Imagine
my
if I
life.
had been able to put this on Sieg.
Oh no!
Um.
Sable still has no idea that nope.
So the
It's
energy
only one
formed up
ear.
around his hand, and he slams it into Anya's chest. Anya takes a step back, and for a split second, your eyes stop being red and go to his odd silver and blue shade, and you whip and swing at Sable. Make an awareness test, Sable.
Okay, 50. Success.
That wasn't an odd. It wasn't an off swing because she got hit and she swung around. She actually tried to hit you. For an instant, it was like, but her eyes changed, and now they're back to that mark of red. A little confused because for a split second you were looking at him, you got hit in the chest. Now you're looking somewhere else. You like blacked out for a moment, and now it is your activations.
That's weird.
Oh, fence down. Wow, this is so weird. That's so strange.
Strange, guys.
What's the stuff?
Okay. Do we want to go? Do you want to try the plan of
Wait,
the reload? Well, now he's not on nearly.
no,
dead.
I just want what's in that fucking lockbox, my friend, and then I want to run.
Well, no, you're still within the. Could Sable still make the attempt at doing the action of unlocking it
I will be.
without provoking anyone?
See, that's the part that actually.
You'll definitely provoke an
Yeah.
attack of opportunity from everything involved if you tried to
That's
work a
two
lock.
No,
Yeah.
and
him.
him.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I think I've only got.
There's no like aggro-y taunt things.
Yeah, and I've only got 1 AP to. No,
They're in there,
Yeah.
but they're amongst professions.
That doesn't help us.
Yeah. Okay. Because I mean, for Sig, he's just gonna keep trying to stab these things unless we think of a different plan at this point.
Sometimes that can be the best plan.
Yeah.
So,
I
but
say get
also
rid of them. We
with
have too
cold
many to
shot,
fear.
cold shot doesn't let you choose where on the person you're hitting. It just makes it so that they can't.
Actually, I'm going to use the beta rules for the new called shot that is currently in development on the Discord.
What would make that different?
Let me just roll up to it.
Oh,
I'm just trying to familiarize myself with a lot of
Because called shot, the way it works
So I'll amend it on my
right
sheet.
now,
the way it works right
it is a special type of attack.
Yeah.
Called shot. Increase difficulty rating. You can select where you hit somebody. After successfully striking, you add an extra fury die when you determine damage. They cannot dodge, or parry a called shot. And you cannot make him... Okay, so basically you can't make a called shot with a melee weapon outside of engagement unless it has reach. Which then technically you can engage with them. And you can't make it with a ranged weapon in melee unless it's gunpowder. Finally, your ranged weapon must be loaded with ammunition to make the called shot. So basically...
Okay.
Some monsters have specific... There's a trait that makes it a weak spot for them.
Yeah.
So that's where you would be like, I want to hit it here, and then it might bypass some kind of thing that it has.
I can't disarm him of rings.
You cut his hand off.
Which I don't have my knife!
Alright, then you cool with Sig just going on stabs?
Yeah, go on your stab.
Alright, Sig's gonna go for
It takes a fucking laudanum!
I'm up by you now, right?
Yeah, right?
No.
No,
No,
Siggy's
I
still not.
wasn't.
Alright, yeah.
You're at the stairs.
Yeah, I'm still at the stairs.
There at the altar.
Still at the stairs, engaged with 2 now.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, he's just gonna go for another thrusting attack with his spear.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dang it. That's a miss.
You
but
do
we
have
hit.
9 fortune
You do?
right now.
Yeah. Alright, gonna spend fortune, re-roll. Oh, come on. 75, that's another miss.
Alright.
He'll use,
It's not a potion.
Okay.
Laudanum, it's a small vial about this big. It's called an ampule. Essentially, you break off the end of a glass vial and then just down it's like this much.
They're thin vials usually.
They're very
Yeah.
thin vials, and then you down that and then throw it away.
Yeah, so he'll take out one of those from his, belt pouch and just bleed down it just to, try to numb some of the pain going on in his knee. Also, he's like, ugh, stairs. Ugh, I don't want to think about it right now.
I needed this for the stairs.
So, I will say,
Somebody tell me we get to the 30th floor. I'm gonna throw up.
So, -1 laudanum, that will raise my conflict up, bless you, up to 1, and I move... Okay, so I don't...
You don't remove the injury,
Don't move the injury,
but you move up
or...
In the damage track.
Okay,
on
so
the
I go
damage track.
from seriously to moderate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the injury. Yeah. Okay. And that'll be 6 turns.
So with your shield arm, you reach across, grab the easy access laudanum that you kind of keep in a small pouch just to the front, pull it out, crack it, and then delicately from your shield hand down it, and then prepare to re-engage.
Yeah. All right. So
I could shoot the lock.
2 of you.
So could you.
I don't know how well mine would work on that.
I don't know if we want with your magic, because we might just blow up the whole thing. I don't know.
But also how well that worked last time.
Oh, magic on
Yeah.
orichalcum could also be bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really bad.
Alright, sorry, I take that back. I can shoot the box.
You can shoot the lock.
I'm gonna retcon what I just suggested. Oh, yeah, I
It's
forgot
like,
about
well,
that.
if we can't make it out of here, no
No
one
one does.
does.
Early season ender, we roll up new characters. Congrats.
Is your activation.
You can go unless you want me to hit him with another magic missile. I can do it 3 more times before I'm out.
I could try and hit the box. It would be 3 plus 1 fortune to hit, to load and then shoot.
I'm okay with you trying it.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Try something.
Literally.
All right. All right. So in a flourish, she's gonna repack the gun and use 1 fortune to shoot the lock on the box.
Double check special action, because it is a special action to reload.
Yes.
Which you should have read this quick before you tried to do
It's
it.
3 AP.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you're going to be defenseless for this round, just to let you know. Because you took the
Because I have
action.
no parrying capabilities.
So that means
Yeah.
you can't even access the AP. You can't even use fortune to parry anything that comes your way. You are defenseless. Remember that.
Okay.
Not use any reaction. So wait,
Just making sure that you understood that you're defenseless. Not that you're out of AP to defend yourself. You're literally defenseless. You cannot use fortune or anything. You just can't parry. Yeah, where is it? Defenseless. Cannot use any reactions.
And that's because I loaded my gun?
Because you're loading your gun. It takes
Okay.
attention to load your gun.
Mm.
So in that moment, even if you fire it immediately, you're still going through the process of pulling out the ramrod, taking out the cartridge, ripping the cartridge with your teeth, pouring it in, throwing in the ball in the paper, ramming it with the ramrod, loading it, pulling it back, spitting the rest of the small remainder of powder that you put into the frizzen, ratcheting the wheel, and then pulling the pistol. Pulling it can be done in like 5 to 6 seconds by somebody who's very trained. It's assumed that if you have martial ranged, you do have it trained, but you're not going to be defendable in this turn. So,
Do you still have an AP left, or if you spend an AP with fortune? No, never mind.
you can't
I
use it on a
already-
reaction.
Yeah.
That's
Nope.
the rule. It
Yep.
says you can't use it on a reaction. You can fire the gun still.
Yes.
Mhm.
So even if I miss with the gun, I could still use the AP to reroll to hit.
Mhm.
It's just that I can't use it later on to defend myself. So
Mhm.
I'll take all the hits that hit me after this.
Yep.
All right.
This is what a Hail Mary looks like. Or was it Hail Roland? Because it's courage. A Hail Roland?
Roll in. No D.
Sorry. It's just the gun thing. And
Do you remember the face of your father?
I do.
All right. Roll damage.
7 damage on the lock. Does it parry me?
Obviously, it doesn't parry.
I know.
I have to see what attack. I have to double check attacking objects.
Does it dodge? I'd be very concerned if the Exalted had a mimic hiding in its
I don't know.
tabernacle.
Clearly, at this point, though, I don't know how holy this place is. It is kind of twisted and as disfigured in the mind and heart as like the rest of the town, so...
I'm gonna say that it has a damage threshold of 3.
Oh, we match! I am a lock!
So how much damage did you do?
You said 7?
Thank you. Yes.
It breaks.
Okay.
You see the ball goes through the lock. Well, not really. It just kind of embeds in it, but you can see that it breaks the mechanism, and the latch pulls away as it's now bent and turned in a terrible disfigurement of what locks should look like. So that was your activation. Yeah. So that is now... That was 2, right? Sieg, and then...
Yep.
Yep.
Sable. Now it is the Faithfuls. So one Faithful will be attacking Sable, who cannot parry.
Yep. I just gotta take it.
I'm going to reuse a misfortune point.
Unless he misses, which would be great.
Well, he's using fortune
I
points.
know,
So.
I know. I'm trying to be optimistic.
Still misses. Fuck!
Optimism.
That shitty combat rating.
The optimism.
There's more.
It's
There's
the
more.
shitty combat rating. The other one attacks Anya. That one will hit. With
Okay.
37.
I would.
You still have an
They
AP to
attacked
parry.
me. Yeah, that's right. I had to think. I was like,
You haven't activated yet.
no, it's right. I don't.
So you'd have to use a fortune point to parry if you wanted to.
I would like to.
Yes,
yeah,
we
yeah.
would like you to.
Yes, we would like you to not
Yes.
hit us back.
Yeah. We would like to use this to defend ourselves. Thanks.
I succeed.
All right. Lunges in, and in that moment, just frantically looking around, you're able to knock the
I'm getting turned
hands of
around
it
all
away.
over the place today.
All right.
7.
Your activation.
Oh, that was the first.
Oh wait, no, the three
Yeah,
that are attacking
yeah.
Seek.
Yeah. Or no, there's 2 now.
That's right. 2 attacking Seek.
Yep.
First one will hit.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for parry. That's a 46 success.
Damn.
Got 2 AP left. One more dude.
The next one will hit again.
I will roll for parry again. That is a 29, also a success.
2 lunges. 2 expert parries. His knee occasionally wobbling a little bit as he can feel the patella bouncing across the top of the bones in your knee. It's starting to swell too. Now it is your activation.
The box is open. All we need is what's inside it, and then we can go.
If I jump down, go down to the tabernacle, am I evoke an opportunity attack?
No, you
If
always
you're gonna
down.
search the
I
tabernacle,
have to search it.
yeah.
Oh, we have to like. Okay.
There's more that in the tabernacle than just what
We can't just like
saw.
dump it all in our bag and run.
No, it is embedded
It's
in stone.
embedded in stone. It's like a floor safe.
Yeah.
You can't just pull it out and dump it into
I
stuff.
just imagine the this.
No, floor safe. You're reaching down into it.
Okay.
Fuck it.
Use another Rubedo. Another magic missile.
On him. My new friend.
All right. Roll.
That's a critical success.
Oh!
Oh
Oh!
no! Oh!
So he drops everything.
Oh, that's really good.
With an 11.
All right. So he not only does he get hit, but his staff flies out of his hand, bouncing and clattering across the floor.
No,
Shepherd's
the
name.
Mahis. That is. Good. Hold on. 13.
13.
Yes.
Doesn't have a weapon to parry with either.
Nice. Uh huh. However, it is his turn.
You still have an AP, yeah.
Mhm.
A 13.
Mhm.
That'll cost.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So that puts him back up to seriously wounded, but because it was magic.
No injuries from magic,
But
though.
is that seriously wounded?
That's okay,
now?
that's fine.
I'm very disappointed this isn't concentration, guys.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel you on that one.
I try to bop him.
I'm
Bop
gonna try
him.
to bop him.
Bop him.
I'm trying to bop him.
Crack him.
I succeed.
He can't parry
Yeah.
because he has no
So
weapon.
can you use a fortune to make sure you explode your d6?
Yeah, when you can
Yeah.
spend
Yeah.
the fortune to explode the d6 and then roll another d6.
So
So
6
6.
plus 3 plus another 6.
Roll it again.
$19.
Our witch versus your wizard, and our witch is better.
Shit.
So are you intending to kill, or are you going for like a knock him out?
I can choose to knock him out.
Yes, you can choose to knock him out.
Because I didn't do it with magic. I choose to knock him out.
We don't have to kill
Shit.
today.
So the staff goes flying. Eyes burning red. You step forward with your left foot and torque your hips and slam that jeweled top of your staff right into the jaw.
Oh,
You hear a sickening pop as it literally hangs in its flesh. The jaw completely dislocated. He spins over, slams, half his body draping over the altar before he tumbles off to the side, falls down off the altar, and then tumbles down the stairs to the floor.
Oh, that's wonderful.
The faithful immediately freeze in their stance. And then their hands come together in front of their chests and their heads bow in a sign you know to be prayer.
Sig's gonna like look up to the two still
there.
Oh shit!
proceeding kill.
Yeah, he will wake back up.
It's been, oh god, I haven't been keeping track of exactly how many turns this whole thing has been. But yeah, I know how that's gonna go. It's still there.
Okay.
Sable, grab what you're looking. Grab what we need.
You can kind of hear.
Yeah,
you're
no,
not
it just
deaf.
hurts.
It just hurts.
Start pulling things out. Anything that's in there, she's just like throwing it up onto the floor we're on. You can check it out.
You're not just chucking it. There's some stuff where you're like, haha.
What do we got in there?
It's the church of the
This
exalted.
church hasn't been touched. This tabernacle hasn't been opened in a very long time. The tabernacle holds the most important, most valuable relics in a cathedral. So you pull out a finely dressed goblet studded with jewels. There's no dust on these either.
Oh.
It shines awkwardly in the light. You actually see her face alight up with the golden reflection while looking at this polished.
It's not just my joy.
I'm just thinking of Pulp
I was thinking of that moment in Indiana Jones when they're like looking at the different goblets to drink from.
When you said Indiana Jones, I was thinking of a terrible other
It's not
scene from
the
Indiana
Holy
Jones.
Grail, but it is a holy
Grail, yeah.
item that might be a grail.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the scene from Pulp Fiction. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, when they open the chest,
Yeah.
when they open the suitcase.
When you said Indiana Jones, I started thinking of the fucking Ark of the Covenant. I'm like, oh no, Sable! Her face.
So
I'm gonna put on the ocularum.
as you look inside, you can see rather true whirls of aether moving about. A little bit deeper than the surface stuff that Sable is pulling out and going. It's one of those like pretty worth it kind of vibes.
She's just mumbling to herself. She's like, if I pluck these out, I could move them easier.
Yeah, she started to pull shit out, but she just pulled one thing out and like, oh, hold on. You can make a scrutinize test. It's perception scrutinize. fairly sure you could get about 20
20 gold?
gold
Yeah, that's what I thought.
for it. For the gold.
Gold for the gold.
The gems you're not 100% sure about.
Ooh.
But that's a quick, like,
Yeah.
if you melted it down, it would be about 20
Well,
gold.
she was already thinking, she's like, I'm definitely just strip these out, because I think I can get more if I move them separately.
Meanwhile, I'm just looking over your shoulder going, is it in there?
Sig is just like,
If I look through the ocularum, can I see what exactly is...
Shiny.
Yeah.
As you look through the ocularum, and you're looking into the tabernacle now, having a moment to be able to gaze in, you can see that deeper within there is a book, a tome that seems to be glinting with that appropriate etheric bend, and you can see next to it is it looks to be almost like a scepter, possibly a little bit beefier than just like a rod. It is a scepter. It has weight to it. You're pretty sure if you hit somebody with it, it'd do some fucking damage. But you can see that it also has that air of orichalcum to it. As another golden plate is pulled out by Sable. Every item you pull out, you can make a scrutinize test too.
Those two in there, those are...
Success.
for the plates, or...
I assume for the plate.
Yep.
The scrutinize test, you rolled for the plate. Did you succeed?
Yeah.
Okay. 5 gold.
Thank you. I keep going with
Gotta
all.
get to a fence.
I assume she stole these.
Did you reach into... you never said which
I'm
one.
gonna have to, because I was just like, those two in there are magic.
And she's
And
just
she
like...
grabs
she's
plates,
like,
and I'm like, alright.
by the candlelight. Just,
And then she's checking her ear too,
fine
and just like,
craftsmanship.
I'm just gonna reach past her while she's staring at her ear and take
Alright.
out the book and the staff.
You pull out the book and you see the exalted gospel, the 4 stories of the seraphim before they came together, and then the story of them as one group in the forming of this faith, bringing the exalted to all. So screw you, this isn't mistaken identity. See you. Somebody knows their old Warhammer here, making comments. It is inlaid. The cover is inlaid entirely with spun orichalcum. One with faith could definitely do something with this. But it seems to be about 1 spool's worth. Because the pages are gilded in spun orichalcum.
Holy shit.
The cover is this beautiful shined leather that every letter is inlaid with spun orichalcum. The framing of the front of the book, spun orichalcum. The rings at the top and bottom of the binding, solid pieces of spun orichalcum.
Holy shit.
The book almost has like a mechanical feel to it because there's a clasp of spun orichalcum holding it And this is why you're like, oh, this is about one spool.
No questions.
Yep, this is. Okay.
As
What about the scepter?
Well, let me find out what
Okay.
what Sieg is doing, because you two have been like playing up at the altar this whole time. What's Sieg up to?
Sieg is still like sort of like looking at the two now praying faithful. He's kind of like gonna like do like a little like push to it to see if it responds in any way to him.
It's got a sturdy resistance, but it doesn't really respond in any physical manner. Make an awareness test.
Nope, it's gonna be a miss. Can I reroll? Because I like learning about things. Or not. Reroll fortune or.
I can tell you this: Fortune's going to reset it in the next show.
Yeah.
Yeah, then go for it.
Alright. Try again. That's a 15. That will
yeah.
succeed.
It's praying the litany of the exalted. Think of it like the the exalted version of the All Father.
Mm.
In a very low, raspy, a breathless whisper as it speaks the litany.
You said Our Father, and my brain completed it completely in my head.
Dig's gonna like take like a deep breath as he looks at the two in front of him. Actually, no, he's going to go back towards the pews, collect his mortuary sword,
Mm-hmm.
and he's going to walk up to the two praying faithful, and he's going to just try to do like a slice at both of their throats, and like a beheading attempt.
Make an attack.
Oh no!
Did you crit fail?
I crit
Yeah.
failed with a 66. Wait, yep, that fails because my hit rate's a 65.
You had to pull a knot. Damn it.
You had
As
a
you
reason
reel
for
back
doing this.
to pull your blade and swing at their necks, they both look up at you, and you see the face of your mother and your father staring back at you as they pray. And you nearly drop your sword as you take 13 peril
Okay.
and gain 5 corruption. Well, conflict.
Okay. That was very good.
As your hand is shaking now. And after a moment, you look away and you look back, and they're back to their bowed heads, whispering. But you saw something far worse.
Yeah.
In their eyes.
Try to like wipe at his eyes a bit. Pick up the sword again and just start making his way towards the altar and picking up Sable's stiletto to return to her.
The scepter.
Mm-hmm.
As you
Figure
reach
I'll bring
in,
up my hand once you're done looking at shiny things.
the scepter is a stylized. You've seen them before. It's like it's a more stylized, small banner almost of the Paragon's cross, the four seraphim. It's at the end of a small handle. It is usually used as an item with which to bless a congregation. You can even see that it can be used as a
Are they like the holy water balls the priest would? Okay, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
There's an
incense.
actual word. Nope,
Nope.
that's a censer.
Oh, okay.
It's called an aspergillum. It is a liturgical implement used to sprinkle holy water.
No, exactly. And those things also do hurt when you get hit by them.
This one has the cross on it, and you can see that it would be used for that. It is also as glintingly bright as the goblet that was pulled out, but you can see the interlacing of the spun orichalcum into its form, into its handle, into the cross on the top of it, into the finely rendered cameos of each of the seraphim's likenesses at the points of the cross, and at the center a bright starburst of solid spun and refined orichalcum to represent the exalted at the center. As one more item is pulled out from within by Sable. It is a scroll work. It doesn't look like it belongs, though. It's not as shiny. It's not as beautiful. You can make a scrutinize test.
Success.
You know that you can't read it because it's not in a language that you recognize. But you do recognize high speech when you see it. The language reserved for Galian magical texts.
Oh, Anya.
I think we got all that we need.
No. Can you read this?
I'm gonna look at it.
She just handed you essentially. This must have been taken from the Tor and hidden here at some point. It is a It is essentially a spell scroll. You know that there are many of these, and Galians use the Tor also as a place of learning, hence all of the literature in the basement. This must have been taken from it. And as you open it, you can make, if you wish to open it, to look at it.
Yeah.
As you unfurl it, roll an incantation test to see if you can recognize its form and what its purpose might be.
Difficulty?
Challenging.
Ooh.
This is at a spot inspection, essentially.
Success. I rolled a 5.
Ooh. You hold in your hands the beginnings of a way to learn which sight. It would take study. It would take time. But you can learn it.
It'll come in handy. I don't know that yet.
Okay, that's it. We need to go.
When I learn, I can figure out how to get rid of this.
What is that?
We're gonna have Klaus look at that when we get back. We're gonna have shoot points.
I think he cursed me. He wanted to make me his puppet.
Okay, well, you took him out, right? Because they stopped.
He's unconscious. I don't think I hit him that hard.
We need to go.
Sig is gonna start, like, making his way towards his, like, he's making his way towards this guy. If anyone's gonna do anything, he's
okay.
gonna make his way.
Well,
We need to
know
go.
what you're gonna do.
Wait. See, exit that way.
I know what I have. We have enough that we have all this.
If you're cursed with something that he's done to you,
but the spell will be able to tell me, what kind it is and how to fix it. At least more information on it.
You have bright red eyes and a curse from some lunatic.
But if
It
he
might
wakes,
wear off.
and if he wakes up, what if they all wake up too?
I don't want to just kill people.
Even though he just tried to, like, control you and everything?
The Magisters can help us, right?
Yeah. I don't want to kill more people than I have to.
Anya, if this was an innocent person, a true follower of the Exalted, then I would understand.
But I think he was. Imagine being left in a place like this alone for so long, in this place of all places. His mind's warped, but that doesn't change the fact that he was of the Exalted. He stayed here with God knows what.
We don't get to make that decision.
He's down. We only have so much time to get back to Klaus, or he will leave without us. And we are in a fuck of a state if you haven't noticed. She kind of like jabs at him to see if she could throw off his weight with the way his knee is.
Yeah. Oh, it's not hard.
Yeah.
To give him a little bit of a wince.
We need to go.
We got what we came for. The scepter had enough for one full spool, right? So that's 3 spools in
that's
total.
3 spools.
Yeah. All right.
Fine. Oh, here. Take that.
Thank you. Shoves it down her bodice.
Part of her ear.
And just is like, oh no! Oh, you dropped this. Oh. Do you think he can put it back on?
We might. I hope so. I mean, we should probably make sure we're leaving at a safe time between the rolls of fog.
Alright. Guess we'll go back out the way of the
Smith store.
yeah, the Smith. Since that's the path we know.
As long as we don't take the exact same path we took to get here through all the alleys. Let's just stick to the original plan, please.
Yeah. Oh, Sig pulls out from his pouch a thing of laudanum. If you want to not be as in pain, you can take this
Thank you. I'll
until we get back to
try to still be useful scouting, but this ringing is going to drive me crazy. So I'll do my best. But let's go before he wakes up.
I mean, I'm just saying.
All right. You start making your way into the streets. Back towards the little position you had with Klaus. That small building. You've tracked the mists at this point. You trace the path prescribed by Anya in reverse. You arrive back there, Klaus sitting and reading a book on his packed things.
I love him.
Like everything's packed and ready to go. He's literally sitting on the box,
Oh my god.
reading a book. As you enter, he looks out the window. Ah, well, looks like I was too wrapped up in my book. Snaps it shut. I should have left about a half an hour ago. Luckily for you, as you seem to be in a state.
Are my eyes still red?
Your eyes have faded to normal at this point.
Yes.
Because you see he doesn't make a response.
Because he absolutely would if they were still red.
It lasts for 3 hours.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
And the curse mark has dissipated as well.
Good.
Oh.
Good.
That lasts that for him that lasts 9 minutes.
So you don't need to kill everyone you meet.
Fine, I suggest we stay here. Everyone remains quiet. I will treat you. And did you get everything required?
All of what we need.
Good. That means we can leave first thing in the morning.
Be very grateful too.
I know I will be leaving first thing in the morning. You are welcome to come with me. Now, he looks at either of you. Which of you requires my assistance first? And that is where we will end tonight's game.
Were you pointing at me or just both of us?
Both of you guys are on one side. So I'm
Them.
just like,
So we enjoy playing it. We hope you enjoy watching it. I hope my players enjoy playing it. And that's going to be it for us. So, thank you again. Until we see you again. I have been Conry. With me has been...
Cake.
Just Kevin.
Essentially.
We'll see you guys next time. And until we see you again, remember to always stay evil. Good night, everybody.